Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Come on in. I'm in. I am back in the States. All right. In we go. Welcome, welcome. All right. As I'm letting people in, everyone who's here, can we head over to the chat and give a little hello? Hi there.
Sorry, my phone fell on my keyboard.
There's my chat. And I see some kitty cats, some hellos. All right, here comes Vera.
Recording in progress.
Oops, second computer. There we go. Perfect. All right. So, Bob, in the morning, people, after you left, some people were asking about your schedule. And I said I didn't know that they should call and ask for you, call the library and ask for you for tech support or for you. I didn't know what to answer. So maybe you might want to give me your schedule in case other people ask.
Well, I'm only there on Fridays
Okay.
from
So
10
then,
to noon.
yeah, I won't remember that if you send
There
me.
are other tech coaches
Yeah, I
there
told them, just ask for.
Monday through Saturday.
Mhm.
Just call the front desk and make the appointment.
In case you guys don't know what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
Bob here is a tech support at coach
Oh,
at the public library. So
very good.
he's taking classes here and there to kind of keep up to date, and because but he knows a lot, and he's there available for anyone. So if you guys need some support, there's tech coaches at the public library. I believe the Goleta Library had some too at some point, but the Goleta Community Center had some. I don't know how updated I am on that, but I know they had some for a while. Might be old news.
But they don't anymore, not the center.
They don't.
Oh,
Okay, well, there you go.
the library's in a different place, so
Yeah.
Later library. But I work at the central library.
Okay, so if anyone, when you're in between classes or at the same time and you have questions that are nothing to do with what I am teaching, then head on over to the public library. But you said you need to make an appointment first, is what you're saying?
Make the appointment, and then you just show up. And if you can't
Wonderful.
make it, you cancel the appointment, please.
Make it, yeah, otherwise you're sitting there taking up some spot that others can. That's wonderful. Thank you. And is it free or is there a fee?
Yeah.
It's free. It's free.
And you can bring in your phone or your laptop or tablet. I'm I know a little bit about every device. So
Like everything. There's a little bit about everything, and then there's like, well, can't figure this one out. Sorry, you really need, Apple.
some things I don't know, and I'll tell the person I don't know that. I know a lot, but I don't know that. But I can find that out together.
I always answer that same thing. I know a lot, but I don't know everything. You can't. There's no way you can know everything about everything. Some people, what do you mean you don't know everything? No, there's these apps, every app I teach, especially all my design apps, they change daily, especially now with all of the artificial intelligence. And it's like, you just got to keep up, and sometimes you just can't. I was gone for 2 months this summer, briefly reading online things that were happening. And I was like, God, I'm going to really have to catch up before I start teaching again because
Right.
changes are astronomical, right?
Every day.
Um, and on the other hand, it's not like I don't want anyone to feel like, oh my God, if I stop learning, I'll back up. No, you can keep using things the way you've always used them, but there's new things coming out that if you want to keep up, then it's one thing to keep up to 10 new things, another to keep up to 50 new things. So you better always keep up. So you're down to
Yeah, I
10
want to
all
keep
the
up.
time. Uh,
Thurston College had a class for AI,
what's
just
that?
basic AI that Even
Yeah. All my Adobe programs have huge amounts of changes with the AI, and it's like, yeah, it's incredible how much things are changing by the minute. And yet you need to keep knowing how to do things by hand. And I'm torn because there's like so much to teach. And if I keep only teaching the traditional stuff, then
Yeah.
it's like ignoring all this new stuff. But I just don't have a longer class, you know? So we're trying to work on that, having more options. But it's hard because these certificates I teach in are mandated by the state, and they need to be very specific. And what you teach has to be then quantified by what you learn, what you didn't learn. And you're like, you're not adapting to the ever evolving, you know, nature of computer software. But anyway, I try to keep throwing things in there whilst maintaining the very basics of what needs to be taught without forgetting all that. Anyway, that said, today is the day that I said we'd be working on video, but I
Video.
also want to say that I'm not, you know, any questions you have about photography, you can keep asking. Sometimes there's a lot to talk about in video. Sometimes, you know, just a bit works and then we'll keep going with other stuff. Depends on who's here, right? And what people want. That said, I did get a request from Molly, so I want to talk about that for a minute.
Yes.
You emailed me a video on YouTube that you wanted to be able to extract a portion,
Yes.
the 3 or 4 hour video, and you wanted to keep the portion where you've been talking, like you gave me the minutes and I checked it
It's
out.
about 7 minutes or so in that
Yeah.
program.
So here's the only problem with that. It's that you don't have, I mean, I don't have a way to download that video. Hold on, my computer isn't clicking. Um, why is my computer froze? I'm not frozen, but I'm not able to. Let me refresh my page. There, I can click. Um, here. So, and I'm going to address it because this might be something that happens to a lot of people. So basically, someone filmed a service that was really long, and she spoke in the middle of that. And so she sent me the link. So let me share my screen for a second with you guys. And here's the thing. The videos that we're going to be editing today have to be videos that you have taken yourself
Oh, I see.
because we need to have the file. Now, this is YouTube. This is the video, and it's like an hour and a half video. And
Mhm.
he speaks in this little portion right here.
Yeah.
So unless I can download it, which I can't, then I can't edit it myself.
Oh, I see.
Now, this I can only view. And I tried, even if I subscribe, it doesn't matter. I can't download it. Most of these things are made only downloadable by the people who post them. It's not like
Mhm.
everyone can download anything I post up there, but only if I post them. So the important thing is to edit this. I could edit it on YouTube itself if I had access to this one, if I were the person who posted it. There is a way. And then over here it says clip.
But yes.
So maybe there's a chance that I can do a little bit of that. So like if I put it over here right before you start and I click on clip, then I tell it how many minutes you speak. And I don't remember right now the numbers. It's over.
The story.
I don't have
It
emails.
was about 7 minutes.
Yes.
Yeah.
To,
Mhm.
doesn't let me make a bigger clip, just that little thing. So it's just like a minute that I can make a click here and stop that and share that little tiny bit. So I'm gonna discard. But that's all I can do right now. Let me
Mhm. Mhm.
that organ every time I'm going. So you need to talk to them and see if they can give you access to the original video. Then it's very easy to clip out that little bit. But I don't
Mhm.
have access to the video itself. So I just wanted to show you this because this is something that happens. People have asked me before. That's why I wanted to make sure that unless you have access to the actual file
Oh,
in your
okay.
computer, or if you have access to the account that puts it in there,
Mhm.
can download it, then we can clip and take out your little bit. And I understand this is important to you and you want that. But we can't do it without access to the actual video.
Okay.
Otherwise, everyone could be taking little clips of everyone's stuff and making them their own,
Oh, I see.
So that's why this is not happening. Anyway, I wanted to show you that, but yeah, go ahead and call the
I'll
church
call,
and see if they
I'll
does.
call the Methodist Church and
Yeah,
see if
and
they
say,
could
this
do
is the little
something.
piece I want. Any chance I can get a little clip of that? And they'll probably send the request forward to whoever their person is. And it's an easy thing to do. So hopefully they can say yes.
Okay, thank you so much
You're welcome.
for
But now,
taking time.
for the rest of us, we're going to be doing it with the videos that we've taken. And one of the homeworks was to take videos. If you someone has me on duplicate. Okay. So before I jump in, I haven't welcomed anyone, but I just wanted to say everyone head over to your media types and click on videos. And this will be any videos that you have. I have 72 videos here, whatever videos you have here, that's the videos we're going to be using to do this kind of work. Okay, so hopefully you've taken some videos lately. I'm going to stop my share for a minute and let me see who's here today. Barbara, hi. Molly. Mary Ellen, hi. Vera. Hi, Thomas. Hi, Harry. And let me see who's over here. Bob and Bob. Bob Burtness and Bob Moran. Hi, Mary. And hi, Yolanda. Okay. And let me see. There's a couple of questions. My computer won't let me log out of the photo app. Like you can't quit. You can't go down to the bottom, say right click quit. So let me
I've
share.
done that and I selected quit and the little thing is still underneath it.
So when you go right
The
click
little
and
dot.
that dot is underneath it. Okay. So then one thing you might want to do, and it could be that it's crashed, and when that kind of thing happens for how long has this been? This just now it was happening or
No, since last week.
last week? Okay. Definitely if something like that is happening for quite a while, definitely you want to either go to the Apple menu and say force quit and then choose whatever app. But normally, if it's an app, I have a ton of apps open right now, and none of them are a problem. If this app was a problem, it would say Photos is not responding. It would be like a red message here, like calendar is not responding or something like that. And that would be select it and then say force quit. But if it's not saying that, then it's kind of weird to force quit it, but that's fine. Just have you tried going to the word photos and quit photos from there, from the top? If none of that works, then your only option is to force quit. So go ahead and do that, and then open it again. But ideally that wouldn't be,
Okay, that did it.
that did it. Okay.
Yeah, thanks.
Or it's like pulling the plug on your TV when it's running or something. It's not ideal. You don't want to do that a lot, but hey, it works. And then when you open it again, sometimes you might have some issues, which is why it originally was stuck. So you don't want to just force quit things all the time, you guys. I am always worried about explaining that one because I'm always worried that people might just willy-nilly start using it to close things that maybe just need some more time or something else. Sometimes there's a dialog box open that is asking you, do you want to? And people don't see that dialog box, so the computer stops responding because it's waiting for you to say yes or no or cancel or continue. And then people think that something is not working and then they force quit when the computer is just waiting for you to respond. So you need to keep an eye on that. But anyway, that said, I also want to, before we start on today's class, mention that the new session, the fall, this is the last class for us, and it's the last week of classes for City College. And then we have 1 week break, shortest break ever. And then the week after that, we start school again. So I wanted to let you know, a lot of you guys who take these classes are also people who'd have, Mac computers. I'm teaching all of the Mac classes starting September 3rd. So if you have any any interest in taking these classes, to please sign up because I need 20 people And right now I have 10 in this first one, which starts September 3rd. The rest start a little bit later, and so on and so forth. Then I have, my design classes and stuff like that. So if you're going to be interested in taking any of them, it's time to sign up. I also wanted to offer at the end of today's class, I just did that with my Mac level 2 class that I just finished teaching a few hours ago. A few hours ago, a few minutes ago. I also can stay and help you sign up because a lot of people don't know how to sign up just using the regular dashboard, the regular, I'm not signed in, so I need to go in here. It's so easy to register. I need to go to the dashboard to just go. I'm not a student, so here we go. You guys usually have just click on class registration, follow their prompts, and then enter the CRNs. But a lot of people don't know how to do that, and then you resort to sending the PDF and all that. But I'm happy to stay behind and literally 2 minutes get your CRNs and get you signed up for the classes that you need, and mainly teach you. Now, I did that in the Mac class because it's part of learning how to use a computer, but I'm not going to teach you how to register this way in the photos class, but I'm happy to stay after class to teach to help you do it. Okay. So if anyone is trying to get signed, even for your, whatever ceramics class, it doesn't need to be my classes, I'm happy to help you with that. Just let me know. And then when I say I'm saying goodbye to everyone, don't leave, hang in there, and then I'll help you sign up for classes. Okay. Now, in case you're interested, all my Mac classes are going to meet Monday and Wednesday from 1 to 4:15 p.m. And when you take the first one, when it's over, the next one starts, and it's the same schedule, then the next one starts, and then iLife. So iLife again won't happen until November, which is this one. And then Introduction to Handheld Devices comes also Monday to Wednesday, 1 to 4:15 in December. So at that same schedule, I have a lot of classes. They all kind of start and stop and keep following each other. And then I have my Photoshop, Illustrator, and design, those kind of classes. And but anyway, if that's something that you're interested in, please hang in there so that I can help you with that at the end of class. All right. Now, let me get rid of this. It was part of the last class. I don't need it anymore. And then I don't need that anymore. And I don't need that anymore. So I'll move to trash. Okay, good. Trying to keep my set clean. All right. So, how many of you went and filmed something new for today's class? Ah, Mary. I'm so glad someone listens to the homework. But others of you already had videos. Oh, Barbara,
That
too.
video, yeah.
Okay, quite a few of you guys did that. Now, those videos that you filmed today or some other time in your life will
Some
be
other time.
easy to collect from everything. If you go into media types and hit the word videos, they're all going to be collected in there, no matter, by time frame when they were taken. So that's the first thing that we're going to do. Now, yes, this is called the Photos app. But guess what? There's a ton of work we can do in the Photos app. And let me share only this so it's a bit easier. With videos. And that's what we're going to practice and play around with first. Now, first of all, everything we did last week to photos applies to videos. So say that I open this video here. No, that's a slow. Let me get a regular video. Down here it says how long they are, 59 seconds. Say that I open this one up and I decide that I want to crop it. Now it's a video, photo. It's a graduation thing, but I can still go up to the top here where it says edit. And I can lighten it or I can darken it, right? I can use the auto to give it better exposure. I can give it better color. I can turn it into black and white. I mean, whatever I feel like I've been able to do with a photo, I can do here, okay? So one of the things I had asked you to do is to practice editing some photos, so that in a way you're many steps ahead on the videos. You can even crop it, by the way. If I go
Yeah.
to crop, yeah, I can crop a video. Now you have to be careful with cropping a video because this one is a pretty boring straight video of looking at this person who's speaking and the camera doesn't move. But if you're following someone around who starts here and then walks and you crop it, you might leave them cropped out at that back. So you got to watch your clip. But in this case, this whole thing I could crop and it's fine. I'm just getting closer to it, right? But yeah, you can crop, you can do whatever. And I'm going to revert to original so to get back to get my whole image there. I could put filters on it, basically everything that we've done up until now. Did anyone practice editing some photos that you had put in here to be edited, or do you have any questions? Did something come up in the editing portion of practice that you might want to know that you wanted to do better or couldn't? Anything about that? Nope. Yes, Thomas?
I'm not sure if you're talking about just photos or video as well now, but
Just the stuff that we already did, right? Not like clipping stuff we haven't done, but about what we did, yeah.
well, I was going to ask about cropping. If you had a horizontal one and you wanted to make it a vertical one, is this where you would crop it, or does it still come out
Yeah.
horizontal just with vertical?
No, that's a good point. Say that I wanted to do this cropped so that I can put it on, social media or something where they're usually filming them in this proportion, right? The problem with that, and then I'll move it over to the people who are speaking. I could do that right now. And in fact, watch, I can actually say done, and then I can play it.
Videos.
You're not sharing.
Oh, I'm not sharing. Sorry. I just showed the graduation photo again. The graduation video, and I cropped it. Let me edit and revert that to show you. I basically went to the crop and then I cropped it, and I don't have the exact proportion here, but you know how things are phone proportions right now. Say that I do that. And now I say done, like that's how I did. I can play it again.
Videos.
Right? But
And you may know your
video. So now the problem is that the real video still has all the stuff and over stuff here. It didn't condense it. So if there's anything important happening here, I'm not seeing it. You know
So
what I mean?
it's like iMovie in that
Video that
sense.
was
You
jumping
make it
around.
vertical, but it's still in a horizontal format.
So anyway, just say that this was something where the side stuff that was happening was really important. It's not going to work. But in this video of all things, it looks like it kind of works. Okay. So you need to be careful with that. They're doing their, let me back out. So in this case, that worked. Now, I literally lose the stuff. It's not like I'm reformatting it and I see it in high. I lose all the stuff that was happening in here and here. Does that make sense? So if you're willing and can lose it, that's fine. A lot of the times, a video that's meant to be in that direction, if you crop it like that, will, unless you were really like in this one, needing only a little bit of action over there, then it wouldn't make sense. Or if I were to now want to crop this one into horizontal, I would have to grab only this little bit and lose everything top and bottom. Does that make sense? It doesn't like squish it into a different proportion. You can just lose what you leave out, or if this is horizontal, you lose what
But
you
the
leave
end
out.
result is a vertical video.
I'm
and
sorry, I had brought down the sound because of the sound of the video was so long. Say that again.
The end result is a vertical video and not still a horizontal video with pictures only in the middle.
Yeah. It's
Like iMovie, I only can figure out how to get a horizontal video out of it. But you're saying this would actually turn it into a vertical video.
yeah, if I send this to someone right now, they would see this vertical video. Yeah. But as I said, few videos really work that way, but yeah, it would. Not most videos things don't happen right in that portion. But if it works, it works. Yeah.
No, but the frustration is if you need a horizontal for YouTube and you need a vertical for Instagram.
Yeah, usually you have to do so. This is Jack Johnson at the place. If I wanted to show in Instagram that I'm here, then this is fine. This is how I videoed it. But if I wanted to put that later in YouTube and I went to crop it, I would have to bring it up like that and show only, hold on, a portion like this. Again, I don't, I get 16 by 9 is 16 by 9 and that proportion right there. And I would have to take a guess and hope that this is good. I'm going to say done right now. And now if I scroll forward, hope that it looks like I kept my camera close enough that it's fine. For this video, I lose the ambiance, but it's again, fine, right? So it worked, but I'm really losing all the stuff top and bottom. That said, this is non-destructive, meaning I can just revert back to the original and I still have the rest of it, which is fine because what was I cutting off? This stuff that I didn't need and that stuff. So again, in this case, it worked to turn it into that format. But
Right, and maybe asking about iMovie is getting ahead of it, but if you do that on iMovie, you still get a horizontal video just with the picture in the middle.
black with the
So
black.
the question is how to get a vertical video out of iMovie.
Well,
Maybe we get there later, but
you can export these and I'm going to show you how to export them. But yeah, hang in there until we're done. But ask me that question when I'm ready to export, okay?
all right.
At the end, we're going to export these to be used, and then I'll show you how to do that. But yeah. So that was a good question. Anyone else? Barbara said, oh, I was sending a 30-minute video to my friend and it's not being sent. It's been churning for about a week. I can't delete it, trying to start over. Maybe that's why you're, there you go. That's why you were frozen because of that send. You guys, we can't email a 30-minute video. How you were,
I
how
did. I
send?
sent it to several people and it went through.
Okay, hold on. How were you trying to send it? As an email, as a text, as a what?
Text. It wouldn't let me email it.
Okay. What happens is that, and I don't know what system the person who is receiving them is getting them from, but sometimes the receiver can't accept a 30-minute video. When you send a 30-minute video, they're not getting the video, they get a link. At least it works for emails. If I'm going to send emails or videos, emails, when I email a video that's more than 10 megabytes, depending on what company you're using, how much they accept, but say 10 megabytes is the base of what they're allowing you to get, then they get a link. They received a link and they click on that link and that takes them to the cloud where they can see it on the cloud.
Yeah.
So that's
Oh,
the system that gets used. But
how do you make that link?
but a 30-minute video itself is a huge file and usually cannot be mailed. Text, I guess they can get, maybe they can get to see a small version of it. So here's, this is something that I was gonna go over anyway, and I didn't last time, is how to send photos. And someone else was mentioning that. And so I'm gonna show you that with a photo since the rest of the class was about photos, and then we'll segue to see when it can or not be done with a movie. But please teach us about split clip in iMovie. Okay, I'll try to get to that. That was just a request from Thomas because I told you guys to write down your requests. Okay, so let me go back to just photos. Anyone photos? I'm going to go to the library. And I think Molly had asked about this too, about sending, you sent me an email about sending photos. So say that I want to send this photo to someone, right? This photo is an HEIC. HEIC is the format that Apple is saving photos in, but it's a iPhone or Apple, not just iPhone, but Apple format, mainly used by the phones, as opposed to JPEG. JPEG is how photos have been saved for thousands of years. Okay, I know digital photography has only been going on for a few years, but It's been since the beginning of digital photography, photos have been saved as JPEGs.
JPEG.
All Android, PC, Windows, Mac can understand a JPEG. Phones, computers, any kind of device can understand a JPEG. HEIC is new, devised by Apple, and they consider it better than JPEG. So for a while, when you sent someone a HEIC, they couldn't see it. So now most systems are adapting and they can see it, and internet can see it, and even Photoshop can see it and stuff like that. But still, when you send it, it's still going to auto convert into a JPEG. So say I'm going to send this photo to someone. I'll select it. Everyone select a photo. And let's all send them to me at SBCC. Okay, so let's email them to me. So I'm going to click on this little arrow, upwards arrow box, and it's share. So I'm going to click on share. And I can choose to either email or many of you guys could probably message or text if your text is set up on your computers to text. This computer doesn't have it set up to text, but on my real one, I can text from my computer. Do you guys see messages there on your choices? Yeah, Mary's saying yes. So if you go here, so mine isn't because the school system, so I'm going to mail it, but you guys can try mailing and then try texting. So I'm going to click on mail. And let me reshare my entire screen so you'll see what's happening. So my mail app opened. Now, my mail app opened. This is the Mac mail app. And if you were in my mail classes, in my Mac classes, I've been teaching people how to use the Mac mail app. But for some of you guys, if your computer is set up differently, you might never have used the Mac mail app. So it's not set up for you, or it might have been diverted to going through Outlook or other Gmail or whatever it is that you have set up as your default mail program. But for people who are using the computer the way it was set up without having changed the default, then it opened in mail and now it's letting me attach this photo to send it to someone. So I'm going to send it to demusacchio@pipeline.spc.edu. You should be able to quickly find my email because since I've been writing to you, it should be somewhere in the computer's memory, D.E. Musakio. And it's okay if you don't complete this or if you send it to someone else, that's okay. Right now, we don't even need to send it to anyone. You can send it back to yourself. For example, if you're just testing how to do this, you can put your own email up there. But I was just saying send it to me as a simple way to get it to go out somewhere. But the thing that I wanted to teach you is this, the image size that comes up. So by default, so just pay attention to me for a minute. By default, what's happening is that it says here that the message size is 193 KB. Now that's not the size of my photo. And if I go back to my Photos app for a second, let me give you the info of this window of this photo. And in the info, this photo is 1.2 megabytes. 1.2 megabytes. Now, a megabyte is 1,000 kilobytes, 1,000 kilobytes. So this is basically 1,200 kilobytes is what it is the equivalent of 1.2 megabytes. So when I go back to my mail app, it's saying that it's only sending something that's 193 kilobytes. And I just told you that this is 1,200 kilobytes. So it's sending much less than the photo that I have. And if I look over here, it's saying image size medium. I get to choose what size I send this to people. If I choose to send it at actual size, then it's actually going even bigger than the size that I was seeing in the computer because the Photos app was showing me an HEIC, which is a smaller file. So it's giving me an HEIC 1.2 megabytes, but then it's being converted into a JPEG so that any computer can use it. And so it's giving me a basically 2,400 kilobytes megabyte. That's the actual size. If I send it in small, then it's just 87 kilobytes. If I go with large, it's 519 kilobytes. So you can decide what you're saying. Now, when should you choose one or the other? Well, small really shows up really tiny. And you might every now and then want to share small, but small is even kind of too small for people to see. If you're trying to show them what a beautiful mosaic, it's almost too small. If you just want to share something that you took a photo of and you want them to see it, medium is a very small file size, but it's great for them to see the photos of your trip. You were there, look, a mosaic, Gaudi, da 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 da. It's fine. Send the medium. But if they're going to be printing it because you're sending it for them to make a big photo of their mantelpiece of your grandkids or whatever, then you got to send them the full-on actual size because they need the big file so that they can actually get a print out of it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So when you're just showing it to them because you just want to show them part of your trip, medium sounds great. Large is almost a bit too big because, and what I mean by too big. I'm going to close this email. I'm going to quit. So I'm going to not send, click on this little X and I'm going to go back to my photos app. Is this, save this much as a draft? They know, don't save. And I'm going to go back to my photos app. And this time I'm going to send them 5 photos. So this was a great place. I visited. Oh, it's so great. I want to show my mom all these. So I'm going to select all of these or I'm going to go and click on one, click shift and click on the last one. And suddenly I have 7 items or even worse. What if I want to show them all the photos of that place and I go like that and they go, where do I start? Here, from here to here. These are all photos of Park Güell in Barcelona. And over here, it's telling me that I have 12 photos selected. So if I now go and do that same thing, so everyone select a bunch of photos. You're not going to send them to anyone, so don't worry. If you're going to send them, just send them to me. So don't worry about what you're sending. It's okay. I'm going to share these selected photos, 12 photos. And I go to mail. Now, it does matter what size or how many you're sending, because in this case, if I send them at actual size, that's 48 megabytes, and most email programs won't send or receive anything bigger than 10 megabytes. Now, this means that they would be seeing each one of these in big and printing each one of these in big, but if that's not how you're going to do it, then large, that's already under 10 megabytes, so you could send 12 of these, but you're filling up people's computer with files that all they're doing is wanting to see them. You might as well send them medium. They still get to see them well enough, right? And it's only 2.7 megabytes. If you send them tiny, then they're just so tiny that, I don't know, maybe it's almost too tiny to even see, and it's only 1, 2 megabytes. So I think that to share photos that they just want to visit and view and look what I did, medium is a good enough size. But it's the addition of all of them that comes up over here. Okay. Now, say that I did want to say actual size and I saved this 48 megabytes. If I were to send it to me, I'm going to now send it to myself. And this is, let's say, about 50 megabytes of photos, right? Then when I press send, now I am going to send these to myself. Oh, it didn't say that. I wanted to show you how it said that, but it didn't. It just sent it. Oh, here we go. I'm in Outbox. Oh. In the Outbox, it said it for a minute and then it went away. It was in the Outbox because it wasn't going fast. I don't know. Come on in. I need to get it to arrive. Okay, so when I click on my sent email, it says that the download full resolution email is available until September 11th. Like this is what I sent, but the link that I receive will have a link and they'll be available for a month. And after that, they won't be available anymore because it takes up a lot of space. Let me see when they arrive. It hasn't arrived yet. Okay, whenever it arrives to me, it'll come in with a link where I can access those photos for, a month. Because I sent so many. If I had sent and large, if I had sent them at a normal resolution, then they're there, no problem. They just go in as normal. Yes. Did anyone try that? And
Yeah,
and stuff? Okay, Barbara,
Mm.
what's the question? Your hand is up.
I'm not sure if it's because I'm on a Monterey um, computer or what, but I can't seem to do that. I can't seem to, when I select the pictures, I can't send
Share.
them from the pictures like this.
No, go ahead and share your screen. No, it's not Monterey. You've been able to do this for years.
Yeah.
Been years of
I
Monterey. It's just that you might not. Do you use the Mail app on your computer? Go ahead and share your screen and I'm gonna
No,
look
I don't.
happening.
I don't see it. Let's see.
Just-
Join from Google. Oh, I can, oh, wait, just a second. It is the picture of you guys. So let me just put that down and then go to my photos and now share. Okay, now go to the Zoom. And that didn't work. Oh.
You're just trying to share your screen? Is that what you're?
Yeah, but I've got to get it up to
Okay.
where your screen is. I don't know. Hang on a second. Now, here. Now, there's my screen. I didn't, okay.
All right,
So-
so go ahead and start with just one. Select one and let's go share. Oh, but you're sharing only your photos, not your whole computer. I need to see, go say stop share. And you need to share your entire screen. Otherwise, I can't see what's, I'm gonna stop your share right now. And next time, share again, but choose the top and share entire screen and then share again. Otherwise, I can't follow through what's happening.
I don't quite know what you're saying.
Okay, click on the button that says share.
Okay,
And then of all those choices you have, choose the top left. That's your entire desktop, your entire screen.
screens?
When you try to share under screens, yeah, your top left choice will be desktop one entire screen. That's the one you need to choose.
Okay.
Then go and say share. Okay, this is it. Okay. Are you full screen maybe? Click on that.
Oh, I am.
No, now you stop. Okay. I'm not like, can you show me your dock, for example, and open another app? Like, I'm not seeing your desktop. No, hit escape. No. I just want to see if I wanted to see your entire, like, go down to your dock. Do I see your dock?
Yeah, and what do you want me to do?
No, I don't see it. The only window I'm seeing is your photos window. And the reason I'm saying is that I can't diagnose what's happening if I don't see your entire desktop, and that's why I'm confused. Okay, so I'm going to stop your share once again, and now hit the share button and then read to me the windows that you see.
Application windows, which has your screen, photos, and
Okay.
Google
Above
Chrome,
application windows, above application windows,
entire screen.
that one, entire screen,
Okay, that's,
share.
oops.
Okay, now I see your entire screen. Good, now I'm seeing everything. Okay, so now go up to the, select the photo and hit mail or hit share. Okay, just select one, it doesn't matter which, and now go up to the little icon.
The little
That
arrow.
Yeah, that one. That one.
This has things in the way.
Yeah, can you grab them from the black area and click them, drag them out of the way so that you can,
Oh, there we go.
and now click on Photos app again so that it lights up again. Okay, so select a photo. It's grayed out because when you move that thing, the photo got deselected. So select a photo so you can share it. Any photo, it doesn't matter. Yeah, photo. Could now go up here to the
Okay,
icon. And now it's gray. Okay. And now, okay, you don't have your mail choice there, and that's
there.
mail.
no. No, I don't.
So, yeah, no, this isn't it. Go ahead and quit that system preferences. This isn't,
Quick what?
just quit this because this
Oh.
one, yeah.
Yeah,
Go to your mail app and let me see, click on mail here for a minute.
that's hooked up to my old Cox stuff that doesn't exist anymore.
And go to the mail. Well, and go over here to the word mail, say cancel,
Open,
say cancel. You said that doesn't exist anymore. So go up here to the mail app. And then say preferences. And default email reader is Google Chrome. That's why. So this process won't work with you. If you want this to work with, if you want to be able to send from the Photos app, you have to be sending it from the Mail app, which is the Mac mail system. And then you have to put in your accounts in your Mac mail system. That's what I teach in the Mac classes. So if you want to learn how to use your Mac the Apple way, you know, with Apple apps and stuff like that, take all those classes. I can't even begin to teach
is that Mac one?
Mac. This is either Intro to the Mac slash specifically for mail, it's Mac level 2. Mac level 1 is organizing your files, so not Mac 1. It's Intro to the Mac is where we talk all about how the apps connect with each other in the cloud and everything. And then Mac level 2 is where we actually talk only about mail. Well, we talk about other stuff, but the actual mail app. But by then you will have fixed it in Mac level 1, right? So it'll be fixed. If you
Okay.
take, not Mac level 1, sorry, Intro to the Mac. Intro to the Mac is the first one. Mac level 2 is the last one. In those two, I'll be talking about mail.
All
Okay.
right.
So you guys, this process that's so easy that you click and share, that works for people who are using the Mac. So no, wait, no, I was going to show you.
Oh, you
Okay.
want it back?
Well, were you able to message? You said that you were sending somebody something by text. So let's do it as text.
Oh,
Text.
okay. Entire screen. Okay.
Okay, select a photo and then go back to the share again.
Okay.
And go to the share button. And then you can text, it seems, to go to messages, which is, no, up, second one. Yep, messages. So that's your text. That means your text is set up. I think you didn't click on it. Oh, there it is. Okay. So you can send it to someone. What's the phone? Hold on. I have a phone number for this phone. Let me see if I can remember it because I want to receive. So give me a second. Can you send it to, can you write down 805
Okay.
869 3967?
29.
39. It's fine.
Okay.
3967. She got it. Okay. Good. So now go ahead and send, and it should be sending itself to me. We'll see if I get it. Anyway.
So maybe the video, if I go this way, maybe it will send that video that's 30 minutes long.
Well, text is different because it sends a link that allows you to then go download it. So I would have to see you go ahead and send one and let's see if it works. Go ahead and send it to that same number, I guess. Go use that video and let's see what it says. But for the most part, you certainly, well, yeah, maybe click on the one of but select the video. First, you need to select the video.
I
You
did.
select? Oh, okay. So then it looks like you have me memorized there already. Click on messages, down, 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 down. Nope. Now you'll have to write it in again. I wanted you to click on, go down, 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 there. Ah, one up. That number, that's my number. Yeah, click it on that and send it there. And now it's probably going to stop. Meanwhile, I'm going to look into How big can a video be to send by Apple text messages app? Let's see if it gives me. It can't be bigger than 3.5 messages with non-Apple devices or 2 gigabytes to another iPhone. So, however, other report suggests it's always a maximum of 100 megabytes no matter what. So this video, can you click on the eye for the info to see how big it is? Click on the little eye right there. This is almost 2 gigabytes. So if it's true that sending it from phone to phone, it works, then that falls right under the 2 gigabytes sound size. So let me see if I get it. Well, I got your photo, but I don't have your video yet. So we'll see if the other video arrives, but it doesn't seem to have even left your place. So I would have, my automatic answer would have been no, there's no way you can send a 2 gigabyte video. But the answer here says the size limit of attachments is determined by your service provider. But that's not very helpful because all the information is so different, right? Anyway, so we'll wait and see if I happen to get it, but I don't think so now. If it were connected to the video, to mail, you would be able to send it, and I would get a link to get it. I'm going to stop your share for a minute here and we'll see if it ever comes in. And then we're gonna keep working because there's other ways to send big things. But texting, even if I get it, it's gonna be a reduced, like really small version of it because the computer's gonna be processing it to send me a small version of it, which would be fine for social media, I guess. When you want to send really big videos like that, you have to go through different services. There's lots of big services that you can do even for free, that you can get online that you link to them and then you give them the email address for where it goes and they send big files. There's like, if you just research send big files on the internet, you'll find those services and then you attach them and send them that way. Molly?
Yeah, when you do a video, could you just send like a picture and add it on to the video?
What do you mean? Send a picture and add it? Say that
Or
again.
or you want to make a title, about the video that you are editing. So could you take like a picture and then add it on to the video? You know?
Yeah, I mean, can you put photos in your videos? Yes.
Uh-huh.
Sure, in iMovie or I'm going to show you now how in the photos.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's what you're asking, but if that is what you're asking me, then yeah. I'm
Yes, I'm
noticing
asking
that
that.
I'm getting a little kind of wheel of death happening on my screen right now. I'm wondering if it's it's the 50 megabytes of photos video that just came in. You know, the one I sent, and it's kind of crushing my email because again, the limit is 10. If I were to share my screen right now, you know, that wheel that circles around,
Yes, the rainbow
yeah, the rainbow wheel
connection.
of death
Yeah,
right
yeah,
now to my app for the 50 that I tried to send.
yeah.
Um,
I still need a review on uh like a photo that you get emailed to transfer it to the photo app. I still have a hard time doing that with the import, the
yeah,
export series.
import, yeah. Oh, that's the question that you had emailed me. It wasn't sending photos. That's why I was covering this because I thought you had asked how to send photos, but you were asking how to receive them and download them.
Yes, that's my big problem.
Okay, so
I
I
still
got
have a hard
okay,
time with that.
okay. Got it. So anyway, give me a sec here while I had to reset my mail app because it was crashing, and now I'm going to share again. So, okay, here we go. So anyway, give me a second with that. But the thing that I need is for you go ahead and send me everyone to my email. Did anyone else send me an email? Did anyone press go and email me a photo? Did anyone do that yet? I need to receive a photo so that I can show how to download them. Because right now in my email, I don't have any photos that I've received from you guys. So no,
Let's see.
yet.
Oh, let me, let's see.
So yeah,
Okay, I got this.
I don't have anything. Okay, so I'm gonna minimize it until somebody sends me something. And then we can continue. But right now, while I'm waiting for somebody to send me something, you need to keep an eye then on this amount that it says here. So if this one says 1.9 megabytes and then I select these three, then the total here says 3 items, 4.2 megabytes. You see that over here? So once again, if I select one and I get the info window, then it tells me that this one is 895 KB, which is equivalent to basically 1 megabyte, right? If I click shift click and I've got these 4, then I don't have the tiny details of each photo, but I do have the total added up of 5 megabytes, which means sure I can send these 5 in large. But if not, I'm gonna have to minimize them because I don't want to get above 10 megabytes for an email. Anyway, when we get to videos, back to videos, sorry, this video, and I really want to make a point of this one that I cropped. Watch for a second. And this is the videos that earlier on, sorry, let me go somewhere in the middle. That earlier on I cropped due to Thomas's question. So this one here, the full-sized one, tells me it's 18 megabytes. So if I crop this one, would it be smaller? Nope. And this is the part that I wanted to show you when I said this is not gone and lost forever. If I were to double click and edit this one and say revert to original, I've got all my video in there again. Does that make sense? So having cropped it didn't make the file any smaller because see there, I got it all back. Got it? Cropping is a visual thing, but it is still a big file. It didn't eliminate and make the file smaller. Okay, it's still exactly the same, 18.6. What was smaller was how many pixels it had. This one, I'm going to double click again, edit again, crop it again, and make it again be a thin and tall thing. When I say done, and I go back, now it's only 420 by 720. It's got less pixels, but they're all there. They're just hiding. It's like you're masking them out. They're still there, 18.6. Like when you put a mask on your face, it's still your face behind it, right? So it's not, it hasn't really clipped the file. You're still sending all that information.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay. So now let's go to what we can do. So let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and open this one again, right? Let me actually, I'm not going to use that one. I'm going to use this one. It's a full one.
Deanna, this is a really probably basic question, but when I click on the little box to send, my options to send it anywhere, the all mail doesn't come up to be able to send you the photo.
Do you use the mail app on your computer?
No, I normally don't.
Exactly, the same answer I had with Barbara. If your computer is set up to use the mail app, like in hers, it was set up to do Google Chrome, then this system doesn't work. So say that, and then how would you email it? Then you have to go the old-fashioned way of put them take them out of here, like make a folder on your desktop, drag this one out. And so you basically, let me go to a photo. If you guys don't use the mail system, the Apple mail system, then you need to grab a photo and you need to put it on your desktop for, oh, you're not seeing my desktop. Let me share the entire window. And this isn't ideal because the moment you do this, if you drag this and you put it on your desktop, guess how many photos you have of this now? Your computer used to have one, now it has two, right? Then with that one on the desktop, you can open up your email program, attach it and send it, but then you need to remember to delete this one. Otherwise, you've left this one hanging out and then you go, oh, what do I do with this photo? Is it in there or not? Well, if you took it out of the Photos app, you didn't take it out. A copy came out. You didn't drag it out and lose it. See how it's a copy? So now this one is one copy, and notice, but this one said HEIC, by the way, and that the one that dragged out is a JPEG. Remember I told you how when you leave it, it converts it. When you leave the app, it converts into a JPEG. So this isn't an exact copy, but it is the same photo. And if you now go and open your Google Chrome Mail, whatever, you'll have to then go attach it. Go find it from your desktop, put it in there. That was the only way we could email before. But then people had leftover copies of things all over the place. Just remember that if you do it that way, then you have to come back and just literally move it to the trash. It's a copy. You don't need that extra one. You have it still here, okay? You haven't taken it out of the app. You've made a copy. This is a new photo and your other one is still there. Are we clear with that? Especially if you're
Yes.
doing a video that's a huge file and you're dragging it out. Now you have two huge files, right? So you want to, once you've sent it out, you want to move it to the trash. Barbara, if you sent a picture on medium large, it would be blurry. Barbara, no, it's the other way around. The original is the big one. Medium and large are smaller than the actual size. So smaller is always fine. The computer can make smaller with good quality. It's when you try to make it bigger than it is that the quality gets blurry. So sending it medium or large is still smaller than the original. So that's fine. Okay. Barbara? She had asked, I thought sending a picture medium large would make it blurry. I'm just going to the questions in the chat. Okay.
Okay, I get it.
All right. I'm just explaining what I'm answering to
Yeah.
the chat. All right. So now one other thing before I go back to videos is what if I wanted to print these photos? If I go ahead and select one photo, I'm going to select one. I'm going to say File, Print. Then I just wanted to do this before we do videos because then otherwise we get into the whole videos thing and then we don't cover these bases. File, Print. Then over here, I've got to choose what kind of print I want. Do I want the photo to fit into your piece of paper? Standard US letter? Do you print it on your computer? Do you have photo paper or do you have regular, paper? So then you can have it fit or fill. In this case, kind of means almost the same thing, but on some photos it doesn't, because if you have the photos a bit longer or shorter or square or whatever, then it won't be the same. Custom, if you say custom, then you can choose what size you want that custom to be. So over here, you can say you want it to be a, I don't know, 7.2, something really weird by. And then if you say 2 inches, it's not going to work, right? Because it's completely deformed. Well, in this case, it's kind of abstract, so you can't tell. So this one's a little bit hard one to do. You might want to stick to ratios because then it automatically will say, well, if you want it to be 7.2 at that ratio, then this turns into 5.74. You need to do the calculation otherwise, right? Say that you want to make it 9.5, then as long as there's a ratio, it knows to chat to say 6.52. If you say that's the ratio you want, it invents what the next one's going to be. then you don't have to recalculate it yourself, that you're always proportional, okay? Now, if instead you want to go with an 8x10, 5x7, 4x6, those are the typical, 4x6, 5x7, 8x10 is typical. Another typical one is 3x2. So 3x2 is a typical like wallet photo, but this is just the proportion. Anyway, or contact sheet. Now, contact sheet works if you have more than one. Right now, we only have one, so that doesn't work. So I'm going to cancel and say that I want to select all the photos of that location. So now I have 12 photos selected, and I go to File, Print. And now contact sheet kind of works because I have like all of them printed, and I can decide to have more columns or less columns or bigger margins or smaller margins so that I can fit more. So I can have them more at a time, or I can have 4 or 5 columns so that I have much smaller. So I can choose, you know, I can put 50 on a page, or I can print 20 on a page, depending on how many columns I choose to make and what size I want to make my margins to have a more or less space between them. So has everyone been able to play this around a little bit?
Just watching.
And notice that when before we were asking me what's important information, the title or the keywords or the captions, and I said captions, it's because over here you could click on the word captions and then it's going to choose the keyword, the captions that it's going to put in there, but you could also click on keywords or date or title. You can tell what you want to be written on this contact sheet. And right now, this is giving me the title and the dates and the file name. If instead I want only keywords, or if I want only captions and not keywords, or not the file name, but yes, the title, right? You can choose what you want to put in there under the word captions. Okay.
Mhm.
So this is if you want to print a bunch, maybe memory or something like that. But what if you did have 12 and you say fit, then it's going to fit them, but then you're going to print 12 pages. Okay. If you say 5x7s, well, it turns out that you can fit 2 5x7s per page. So then you're printing 6 pages. Does that make sense? Same with 4x6. You can print, there'll be more space, but you can print 4x6s. So when you're ready to go, you press print, but of course you need to have a printer that can handle it. And then you put in the paper that's appropriate, and there you go. You get your prints.
I have lots of 5x7 photo sheets, and if you use that, do you have to realign your
Yeah,
printer?
so these are considered US letter. If you have photo sheets, you have a thing that's a 5x7 photo sheet, then over here you need to choose that. And you need to say what kind of paper you have. And usually it's got a name. I don't remember what 5x7's name is. Whoops. I lost my photos up. Let me go back to my library. I think, see, I know it quit. Ignore. If I want to print this, see how I had cropped this one to a weird format, not typical format. And this, if I go say that I want to print these, file print, then this one isn't being printed in full. Now that I'm saying fit, now we're seeing the difference between a fit and a fill. Fit will fit your entire photo. And in this case, there's very little left. There's a lot of left. But if I say fill, well, it's going to fill the paper no matter that I'm cropping up some of the image. But we know that that image is actually long and thin because I cropped that stuff out. So fit will not lose any of the photo. But if it's not going to print it in US letter, if you're printing it, for example, in US legal, that's longer, I choose US legal, then the fit or the fill would be different depending on what you're printing, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm not sure. Look at the box of your 4 pi by 7 paper, and it's got to be one of these numbers. I think it might be called postcard. I'm not sure. I don't remember what, I really don't remember what I really don't remember what the 5x7 paper is. Look at the box and find out. Plus, your printer needs to be able to take and absorb 5x7s and print it.
Yes, yeah, that's a
And do that.
question.
Go and look at the box and see what, because like this is the school printer and it probably doesn't accept it. Your printer might be able, so the choices you'll have are different. So here I have 5x7s,
Yes.
my Epson printer.
Mhm.
But on the school printer, I didn't have the choice of 5x7, right? So it depends on the printer that you choose.
Okay.
And then, yeah, if you print 20 of them, make sure that all 20 are looking good. Here I only had 3, et cetera, et cetera. And then you can send to print. I would just send one at a time at first to make sure that your printer and the color and everything is working and everything. Then when things are working, then you can select that one, hold on the command, and that one, and that one, and that one, and suddenly you have only 4 that you're sending to print. So you don't have to print a ton. You just have just the 4 that you chose,
Mhm.
right?
Deanna, can you move them around on that page before you
Yeah,
print?
but this is one per page, the way it's set up, so there's no moving it around. But if I have like a smaller one, like a 4x6, can I grab this one and move it? I can make it smaller or bigger, like I can zoom into it. But no, this is set kind of, it's not like I can make a cute little collage or something. These are the formats they allow you to move. They're putting 2x2 in a piece of paper because oh, 2 on a piece of paper because they don't want to waste paper, so they're leaving you enough time to cut around them, but not because they're letting you move them around. This is pretty much set in stone. At most, you can kind of crop into it a little bit, but even then, you know, so within, so if I crop in a lot, I might end up making, so I only want the bridge portion of it, so I crop in like that, but that might be fuzzy. You don't know how much. I would not really do this much more than a little bit if you have some little thing you want to crop out, but I wouldn't do much of this because then you're going to get a really fuzzy, blurry picture. Could get a little fuzzy, blurry picture, so be careful. Print it and test it and see how far you can go. But no, like here, you can't say which one goes first. They just in the order that they were selected or the order they came in by date or something like that. Okay, so it's a bit limited, but no. But on the other hand, it's a pretty simple process. Any questions about printing or sharing? Oh, the last question was Molly who she wanted to know how to, okay, so here I got some photos from you guys. Oh, Yoli, she sent a picture with my mom. Thank you. Look at
Sweet.
that. That's my mom. And these are some other friends, and that's my mom again down here. Okay, so say that I wanted to download these photos into my computer or
Yes, yes.
Alan sent or this and that Robert sent or Molly. Okay, so these are all photos that I received by mail and I want to keep. So one way to do that is to if I want to keep them all, like all 3 of these, I want to keep them all, then I can hover over, see right above where their names are, like right there. And suddenly this appears over there. You see how when I hover, then these buttons appear?
Yes.
Gone, they're not there. So right there. Then it says 3 because there were 3 attached images. I can click on that arrow and save all 3 or
Saving.
and saving all 3, that saves them to your downloads folder, which as a file, if you want them for, business purposes or whatever, that's fine. But if instead you want to put them in your Photos app, this is your, your grandkids, something you really want, then you go straight to export straight to Photos.
Export.
And then it goes straight into the Photos app. Now, if instead you only want to do one of them or 3 of them or whatever you want to do, so say that I only want to do this one, then I can just right click on this one and export just this one to Photos. Or save it to the downloads folder as well, but I can do it to one at a time if I want to do all 3 of them. Okay, so I can do it that way. So I'm actually going to go ahead and save this one. Whoops, I didn't mean to. I double clicked on it and I have, I think, Zoom stuff in the way. Here we go. So I'm going to right click on this one and export it to Photos. So when I go to my Photos app, there it is.
Oh, wow.
I recently saved. That's the photo that Yolanda just sent me of mom. And it went straight into my Photos app. I'm gonna right click on this one and same thing. I'm gonna export to photos. There it is. And then the third one, I'm actually gonna put in my downloads. So I'm gonna save to the downloads folder. I'm gonna save that attachment as an attached file. So it didn't go into my Photos app, see? But if I go
Mhm.
into files and I go into my downloads folder, there it is. That's the photo that I just saved
Oh, that's
in
easy.
my Photos app. So if you want to use it as an attachment for something else, it doesn't need to go to Photos app. Then you would save it as a file and then use it there for whatever, brochure purposes you want, if it's not going to be in your personal photos album. Okay. So over here, Mary Ellen, same thing. I can hover over there and say, if I say save all, I'm going to do that. And I say save all, then it goes, it says, where do you want to save it? And I'll say, put it in my downloads folder. It's the default setting, but maybe I want to send it into a particular folder of a particular project or job. But if I say, no, put it in my downloads and say save, then it'll go into my downloads. There it is. But I didn't save it into my Photos app. If instead of I had said export to photos, then there it is. It's appearing in my Photos app. Okay. So these are all straight in there. And then they don't become an extra file on my computer. This one, because I did both save to photos and Photos app, I'm going to delete the one that's in my, move to trash the one that's in my downloads because I'm happy enough having it in my Photos app. Does that make sense, you guys?
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks. So did that work, Molly?
I was just watching you.
Mhm.
I'll get to it.
And then
Okay.
right click, export to photos, straight to
Exactly.
photos. Okay,
Mhm.
there it is. So it's pretty simple. Now, if you're in an app that's not the
Export to
not the
photos.
Photos app, then it might not come straight into export to photos. You might need to save
Mhm,
it in a file. And then from your downloads, this one that I didn't save to my Photos app, then I had to download it, then I have to grab it, and then I have to put it myself in my Photos app, which I can do, but right now I have to put it in the library. Just grab and put it in my library. So I dragged this last one by hand, this one that I had saved into my computer. I had to drag it in to put it into the computer because I didn't say export to photo. So it was like, that's what you would have to do if you're using an app that's not the mail. Now, and this is the important part, now I don't want it both in my Photos app and in my computer as a file because that's duplicate. So now I delete it from the other, delete it from my computer, move it to trash
Trash.
because it's already in there in my photos. So
Mhm.
you need to remember not to leave duplicates. Okay.
Mhm, mhm,
And now under recently saved, I have all these photos you guys just sent me. Okay.
mhm.
From the mail app. Now, if you had texted me a photo, and let's see my texts. This is the photo that I got that Barbara texted me. Okay. So now if I want this
That's
to
easy.
save to my photos, I need to click on this little icon right there. Okay. So
That's so easy.
this is the photo that I received. If I click on that little guy,
Mhm.
where does it go?
That's it.
It goes, let me go to my Photos app. It goes into my Photos app. There it is. It went straight into my Photos app. See that?
Mhm.
This is Barbara's photo. It's in, and where am I seeing these all? Under recently saved. Okay. Now, if I go to my library, I'm not seeing them all in the same spot. And it might be because they were taking at a time, like if they came in with file data file, if I look at this one that got saved a bit earlier, it turns out that it was shot on July 17th, and that's why it moved up ahead of time. Even these, on the other hand, I don't have dates on them. The ones that emailed, they all came in with the August 12 date. Like I didn't come with their original. Give me 1 second, you guys. All right, guys, I'm gonna plead a mom break. My son had 102 fever
Oh, no.
last night, and I was medicating him. I know he's 18 years old, but he's my one kid who does not know how to swallow pills. This is ridiculous, I know, but I need to go be a mom that crunches it and puts it in a little bit in a spoon. and gives him his meds. So I told him I might be on break, but if I'm not on break, call me. I will stop and give you your meds and I'll come back. So we're going to take a very early
You know
break.
what you can do is tell him to put the tip of his tongue on the roof of his mouth. Put the pill in the middle of the mouth. Put your tongue to the top and then swallow.
We have tried everything. We bought him a box of Tic Tacs to play around and try. We've tried everything for years now. He still can't swallow, but I'll tell him that too. There must be a solution to this because he's 18 and he doesn't know how to take meds and I have to go and crunch a pill. I said, next you're going to be in college in a few months. What if you had a fever right now and you were on your own? Anyway, I'm going to give you guys an early break and then we're going to
Okay,
continue through. So, 15 minutes, it's 2:51. So be back at 50, 10 minutes would be, what time is it? 3:01, 3:06, is that right? Is that 15 minutes, you guys?
we'll figure it out.
Is that 52? I think that's right. It's a 2:52, whatever, somewhere around that. Okay. I'll see you guys in in about 15 minutes. All right.
Hello, Colleen. This is Bob Burtness.
All right, I'm back. It's good to feel needed every now and then. So funny, I just got back from Argentina and that same day, my son's like, I'm not feeling too good. But the next day, 102 fever. I guess he was just waiting for mom to get home. What can I say? I'm gonna just feel good about it. Or
So how did the pill work?
what's that? Oh, fine. I
Did he try it whole first with his tongue up?
no, I didn't have time for him. He will take 3 hours trying to do it, and I had to come back. So I'm like,
Mm.
here, I crunched it to him. But no, I crunch it and I put it um in a little a little tiny bit of peanut butter. So then he just eats it like crunch crunch, and he just drinks some water behind it and it goes down. Oh man, I used to hate taking pills, and I did that myself when I was a kid for a long time until I finally figured out how to do it.
It's the mother
Um,
love that will heal them.
what's up?
It's the mother's love that will heal them.
Yeah, I'm thinking that this is just mom sickness or something. Mom's back. Let's go get sick. She'll take care of me.
It
Anyway.
happened, my daughter wouldn't take pills either when she was younger. And one day I sat down with her and I said, "You need to take this pill. It can't be crushed." And she's just crying and crying. And I said, "Okay, tell me, what is going through your head when you're trying to take a pill?" She's like, "I'm gonna die."
Mhm.
I'm like, "No, you're not gonna die. I'm right here. I can."
Fear of choking. I mean, I went through that. I had a really hard time with it. I would choke, I would gag. It would be horrible. I had to learn because I came to live here on my own and I had no other option. But yeah, I mean, I've tried everything with him. I think that there hasn't been the need yet. Everything can be, he's never needed anybody. He's never needed any meds. The only thing he's needed like this was like ibuprofen or whatever to bring down his fever. That is crunchable. So I think that I wish I had more time, and maybe after class, please tell me what else you tried and how until it finally worked. But the gentle talk, go through this, go through that. We've been through that one and that one didn't work. But like I'm happy
Well,
it.
I was a swallowing therapist, so
Oh, well, there you go. A swallowing therapist with that. Okay, then I need to hear more from you. All right. So guys, thank you for that. And then the break, the alarm to tell you guys to go to breaks rang right when in the middle of it. So it wasn't that much earlier than I expected. So now let's jump into videos. And then let's hang in there, Barbara, and tell me after class what to do. I really do want to know. Okay. Okay, so back to videos. Let's go to the utility, not to the utility, sorry, to the media types and click on videos. And let's go ahead and go with that. Now, this little number that appears over here, that's how long the video is. And over here, I have a pretty long one that's also kind of cute. So I'm going to use that one right now. And it's 12 seconds. And if I want, when I double click, if I can either just play or I can just drag this and see it really quickly. Okay. So I have a 12-second video here, and this is, we were biking and we came upon these goats that were doing, when they do the clearing of grounds for fire, they were eating up all of the grounds, and my husband was being silly and buying like the sheep, like the goats. So it keeps going and going and going, and then they're eating. And this is the real thing, actually. Answering you. They were actually, the third noise was actually them, and then it's over. Okay, so that's 12 seconds. Now, if I want to, I could see how crooked this video is at the end. I could straighten it, but then I need to go and see, was it crooked the whole time? So it's much harder to fix the video because here it wasn't crooked, and then at the end it started falling down. But if I go and I stop it when it starts falling down, which is at about here's when it begins to get crooked, right? If I were to straighten the thing, it straightens the whole thing. So then the beginning would be crooked. So in that sense, it's harder than a photo to do certain things. But say that I want to finish it right there. And I look at this and it's at 0007. That's exactly where it is. Then I have to see if I have enough video from here to here to 0007 to see if I understand what's happening. And if that's what I want, then that's good. Then how do I edit this? It's going to be a little bit different for you, Barbara. You have Monterey, but everyone else who has Sequoia or Sonoma or Ventura, we're going to go to the edit. So select the video that you're willing to cut. Okay, so now we should all be doing this. Grab a long video. Don't worry, everything you do to this will be undoable, redoable, let's say. So even if you mess it up, don't worry, you're not going to mess up your video, because if you crop it in, you can uncrop. If you cut or clip, we're going to clip it, right? We're going to make it shorter than it is. It's going to be reversible. So don't worry, even if it's a good video that you want to mess up, you won't be able to mess it up. Okay, so once you open it up, this is the film strip on the bottom that shows up for all of us except for Barbara right now. And now I can do the same thing I did before. I can grab this little line here and drag it across, and I can move forward or backward, right? And so in this case, if my goal is to keep going until it begins to be crooked, which is at about yay point. Now this is much more specific than before. Before it just said 07. Now it says 0781, 0723, 0722. And when I get to about yay is when I begin to tip the camera. So that's about where I'm going to stop, which is more like 862 or something like that. So that's where I'm going to stop it, right? But first I'm deciding where I'm going to stop it. Then how do I clip it into that size? I'm going to grab this back end right here. So there's two ends. There's this one, this little arrow, and this little arrow. And then this is that line that I've been using to drag it along the timeline. And then this is just the play that I could have just played it, but I didn't. I just dragged it across the timeline with that line. So I've decided that this is where I want to go. So I can grab this back end, back arrow, and I can drag it all the way up. See how it all went yellow? And I'm just clipping the back out until I see that it starts clipping, which is at about there, 8:46 or something like that. That's about when it ends. So when I let go, I've basically left with a clip that ignores the end. So if I were to go play it right now and I say play, it's going to be from there. And there we go. So it's clipped. That's my new clip. That's where it ends. And if I'm done, then I can say done. And this is where I have to make a choice. Do you want to save this video, or do you want to save the video as a new clip? And this is what makes a difference. If I just save the video, which is the first thing I'm going to choose. So I'm going to say save video. I'm going to try that one first. Then now my video appears as an 8-minute video, 8-second video. When I click on it, it's just the part that I clip. The rest is gone. Does that make sense? I'm just doing the 8 seconds and it'll finish at that place where I clipped it. I could have taken the beginning away. In this case, I took the ending away. Now, the good news is if I say edit, all that stuff is still there. I can undo that. I can throw this back out. I haven't lost anything. Does that make sense? So having done that wasn't tremendous or terrible. It is completely redoable. Got it? So now I'm going to say, any questions about that portion? So here's the good news. I didn't lose it. The bad news is I didn't also lose it, meaning what if I had too much of a video out of the 30 seconds? I really only needed 10. In the case of Molly, out of the hour and 38 minutes that video is that she really only wants 7 minutes of that. You know what I mean? What do you do with all the rest? You still have the huge file at home. So if I don't want this because it's bad, then when I say done, I will say save video as new clip. So I'm going to click save video as new clip. And now when I back out, I have two of these videos. I have the original one. Well, not the original one. It's still the 8-minute one. And I have another 8-minute one. You're like, which of these two is the good one? Which is the long one? Which one is the one that I lost? Well, if I look at the file size, this one is 37.6 megabytes. And this one is 55 megabytes. So this one still has that tail end, and this one is actually the new clipped version. Does that make sense? Even though they're both showing up as 8? Well, I can go ahead and open this one again, and I can say edit, and I can just recover the whole thing. It was there to be recovered, or I can just click on revert to original. I might as well do that as well, revert to original. And when I say done, then I have the 12-minute one, or the 12-second one, sorry, and the 8-second one. But this one, if I try to open it, I don't have the tail end. That's it. I have actually lost those last 4 seconds from 8 to 12. From the second 8 through second 12 is gone. So I have managed to clip it. This has actually been clipped. Like, let's say physically, I've lost that piece. This one, I can move it in and out, but I don't lose any of the material. Now, if I don't need that because the rest was trash, the camera was upside down, it'll be really bad. I don't need it. I can just delete this one, right? Delete the whole video. Now, in this case, I don't want to delete that whole video because I don't want to get rid of those 4 minutes. So in fact, I'm going to delete this one because I want to keep the whole thing, but that's just because I didn't really want to get rid of that part of it. But if you keep both, now you've added 37 megabytes to your photo library. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if there's a reason to keep the big one, please keep it. But if you're done using the short one, you don't need it anymore, get rid of it again and keep the big one. You know what I mean? So when would you need the short one? Maybe you're putting it in a slideshow or in a video where you're going to clip other videos together or stuff like that. In which case, then you want the little clipped version. Does that make sense? But once you're done with that, you can get rid of that. Or you keep both. You keep the clipped one and you keep the non-clipped one, and that's just what you do. Now I might want to start the video at a place where his doesn't look like he's pouting. So then I open it up again and I can choose the video, the beginning image a little bit differently or stuff like that. But other than that, I'm going to keep the full-on version. So then I'm going to get rid of this one because I don't want double. So I'm going to delete the one that I just clipped. Remember that when you delete something, it's still in the recently deleted. So right now I still have all that extra video that I duplicated and all the other extra videos that I've duplicated until I get rid of them. They'll be in my recently deleted. So my computer still has them as far as extra space. If I wanted to clean up space, I should have gotten rid of that one. All right. So did that work for everyone? Give me a yes, ask me questions. Were you able to open a video, edit it, and then when you clip it, it saves itself again. So you don't lose the first one. You end up with 2. If that one's clear, it worked. You got it to work for you. Give me a yes. Yeah, Barbara?
So one of the options was for save video or whatever, and one was to hide video. Where do those end up?
Okay. You have a different setup because you're Monterey. Go ahead and share your screen.
Oh,
Because
when I did this,
in Monterey, you can't save the new video. I'm pretty sure in Monterey you can't, but share your screen and let me confirm.
oh, I did it on my phone. That's,
Oh, well, on your phone you can then, but not on your computer. If you're going to keep doing it on your phone, you're good. Your phone can save the video. I was going to show you now how to do it on a phone. Do you want to share your screen to see it on your computer? Or you're just going to do it on your phone.
no, I'd like to try it on my phone, on my computer.
So on the
Okay.
computer, you'll be able to clip, but you won't be able to save the new clip. You can only keep the A version where you can clip the beginning or the ending out, but the whole video stays on Monterey. It's only when you moved into Ventura that you're able to save that second already clipped version of it. Okay. I'm waiting for you to share unless you don't want to.
Entire screen. Sorry,
Okay.
why isn't it doing it?
I'm not seeing the share yet. Okay.
Um,
All right. So grab a video.
right, so I have one that I was working on my phone, and it was this one.
Okay. So double click
Oh,
on
so see, it has two of them, because
both just as long.
yeah, it's the same video. One, I touched up the um
Okay.
coloring
You did
and
color editing. Okay. But you haven't clipped it yet or anything like that. Okay. Go ahead and open whichever one you want. Okay. So now in um Monterey, right? Go ahead and do edit at the top right.
okay.
Yeah, it's grayed out. Why did you go ahead and back out? Go ahead and back out for a second. Um, you double clicked. No, no, no. Okay. Now select your photo and double click again and edit. Why is your edit not open? Huh. You used to have here on this thing before going to edit, you didn't edit videos before. Put your mouse over this area again. No, don't go there. Put your mouse over this area. You used to be able to trim it from here, but I'm not seeing the option to trim. You had like a little settings gear right here. You need to have your mouse here or it doesn't show up. Yeah. Do a right click on this thing, but I don't think so. Edit. No. Huh. There used to be, maybe it was before Ventura, that you had gears right here and you could trim right in the spot. So then it should be editing over there. Why isn't it editing in either one? I think you closed your photos app just now. Yeah, you closed your photos app. Go to another video that you haven't played around with on your phone just to see. Go to any old other video. Go back out. Choose another video from somewhere. I don't care what. Go to your videos app so you don't have to search for them. Go over here to media types,
Oh, okay.
open media types, and then open your videos. Double click so they're all videos. Okay, so go ahead and open one. I don't care which. Double click, yeah. Okay, and hold on. Put your hand over. Okay, then why is it not? Go to this little, you have a big, oh, it's probably up in the cloud. You need to download it. Error downloading video. Go to this top little error. Unsupported, full resolution video is unsupported. Okay. Say okay to that. I don't know. Is it very old? No, it's from August.
No, I just did it Friday.
And this one here said it had an error downloading. Journally extract 4. No, that's something else. That's a file that you have in the background. An error occurred. We're loading a higher version of this video. Please try again later. Error occurred while loading a higher quality version of this video. Please try again later. Okay. I don't know it's happening. I haven't encountered this message before. Just go ahead and back out and then try again when you're not on Zoom and on a whole bunch of other, yeah, hit escape. Yeah. These are really long videos. I always recommend doing the really shorties, but here's a shorter one. Try that one.
That was the one we just did.
This one,
Try this one.
it's not back up. I circled a different one that's only set back up. I circled this one, which is only 7 seconds. Here's
Okay.
like half a minute long or something like that. So go ahead and see if perchance.
Well, I'm gonna get a new computer for Christmas. That's
It's probably pushing the limits of your computer, but this is weird. I mean, you've always been able to edit them.
maybe it's just too full for that.
Well, yeah, go ahead and back up. Your computer might be too full. You're also on Zoom and you're sharing your screen. And all of that is adding to it. But go ahead and try when we're not on Zoom and whatever. And if you can't do it, I don't know. Can you go for a second to your system settings? Let me look at how full your computer is. Go down to your system setting or system preferences. Sorry, that's true. You're in your and oh, you're in system preferences. So this doesn't take us there. Go to the Apple about this Mac. Okay, and then go to storage up here.
Oh.
Okay, so it looks like no, you're only about half full. I mean, it's still figuring it out, but the problem is that it's a small computer. It has 250 gigabytes, so it's a very small hard drive anyway. And you've got a flash storage. Yeah, so you're working with something pretty old and videos. You've got long videos. So long videos are kind of the death of old computers. As I always said, the thing that takes the most time and space and energy in a computer is videos. But you do have enough space. Now, I don't know that you have enough, go ahead to overview for a second and let's see again what computer you have. How many megs? 8 gigabytes. Early 2015. Yeah, you're pushing the limits of it, but you should be able to edit a video. I've been able to edit videos and with the similar specs. I've always had more RAM. See if when you're not on Zoom and everything, if it can work. You should be able to. So give it some chance to. It's up in the cloud, so it needs to download. So start with one of the smaller ones, and see if it downloads, and maybe those big ones still need to download. Or just do it on your
Should I
phone.
try and
Oh,
take some of the longer videos and put them on a different hard drive or a thumbnail or something?
Well, yeah, but it'll still be your computer that needs to handle them if you're doing it with your computer. So in that sense, being able to use them, even if it's on another hard drive, it still would be, your computer processing it. Let me handle everything from the phone now, you guys. I don't seem to have any other questions, and I'm going to go to the phone, and I'm going to show you how to edit from the phone.
I
And
did have a question about
once, let me hold on. Everyone, scroll all the way down to media types and then click on videos right there. And this is where you should see all your videos. And then just let's, open one of those. And then, yeah. So just go ahead and open one of those and then we'll talk about that. Yeah. Barbara, what's your question?
Oh, I wrote it in the chat.
Oh. Oh, that's a mail question. So just hang in there, okay?
Oh.
All right. So guys, here I've opened a video on my phone. Have you all found videos on your phone?
Mhm.
And clean up your feedback. Okay. So now, once again, my whole video here, if you look at mine at least, I have a good part where I'm grabbing this passion fruit, then I grab it again, then I start cutting, and then towards the end, I let go of the cut, and then I go grab my phone, it all goes, it's a disaster, right? I have a whole area here where it just, my phone. So I can also grab here and move it from, when I get to about this portion here, then I let go, and then I have all of my phone falling out. My phone fell over basically, and it flapped down, and I had to pick it up, and there it is. And so then I stopped the recording. So that's what was happening here. So when I'm done cutting, I basically, I got to finish it there. But then at the beginning also, when I see the beginning, at the beginning, I started to cut, then it was false start, and I went out and I started to cut again. So I want to get rid of that first false start, and I want to start here when I start cutting, and then I want to end it here before it falls. So I need to clip on both sides. I'm going to go ahead and click on this little edit, the little editing icon to edit. There we go. And then just like before, I'm going to go ahead and grab the beginning, and I'm going to pass by that first cut. Then I put my hands that way, and then I started cutting again. So then I'm going to use that portion. So that's the second cutting right there. Oof. There. So I'm going to start it right there. So I've cut out this whole beginning. Okay. And then at the end, I'm going to back out backwards, and I'm going to go up until my thing falls. There. It's my phone fell down. I'm going to back up, and there. I'm done cutting. So now I'm basically cutting out the end and the beginning. So that is going to go away, and that's going to go away. Okay. So I'm leaving only the middle portion. All right. Does that make sense? I've got a little chunk over there. I'm going to say done. And again, do I save the video with,
And again, do I save the video?
or do the save the video as a new clip? I definitely don't want the false start, and I definitely don't want the falling. So I should just save the video. But since this is a class that I teach with, if this were real, I would just save video, because I don't want those two parts. They're bad anyway. But since I'm teaching with this and I want to be able to keep the bad one, I'm going to save it as a new clip. But normally I wouldn't have needed both. So if I go back out now, I have this one twice, but one is 13 seconds long and one is 7 seconds long. And this is the new one. And it's just get the fruit, cut it, and be done with it. That's it. Okay. So that's the new one. Okay. Now I can go ahead and I can edit it. I can, not edit, sorry. I can't, this is the short one. I can't undo that. Okay. I'm stuck with that versus on the other one. I could have this is the one that I saved the new video clip. This is it versus this one. I can still go in and unclip if I didn't want to clip it. So now I have two of the same one. Okay. Were y'all able to edit and clip a photo on your phone by dragging in the little yellow markers? Okay, give me yeses. Barbara saying yes. Everyone else is silent. This is what happens to me on the day that I'm going to say that I'm going to do videos. A lot of people aren't interested and they just don't show up. You know how we had more students in this class? This is why it's hard to, some of you guys want more video. And I go, okay, I'll try to do more video, but then people don't come. They don't want to do the video editing. It's like, what? Anyway, Vera, you good with that? Yeah, you said yeah on your other computer. Everyone else is good. Okay. So that was editing on your phone. If you now go to your computer, hopefully you'll see the newly edited clip of video on your computer as well. And here's my computer and my phone. And here I am on the video version of it. I'm too small. Here we go. And here I have my 7, my new one, and my old one. Okay. So I could go in here and change the name and clipped to 7 seconds or something like that, just so that I know that this is the one that I've messed around with and this is the original one. Okay. Now, let's decide to put these together. So you can go in and do whatever. What if we want to put them together so that this video follows that video. So the cutting one, so I have one where I just cut. It's 7 seconds of me going in and cutting it, right? But then there's another one of me after it's been cut, and it's me grabbing, I believe I'm gonna put my spoon in there to scoop some of the stuff out. Okay, here we go. Whoa, and the phone fell over again. Hey,
What
I
is
was
that
figuring
fruit?
out. That's a passion fruit from my garden. But then it fell over again. And then I have the last one, I believe, where I'm just closing up to the fruit. Anyway, so if I want to put these together, and then one I think here where I'm just approaching the fruit, and it's still dirty. And I think then I washed it. I don't know how many steps I did to this thing. Okay, so say that I'm wanting to put these together, make a little movie of that. That's when you have to either do a workaround in Photos app, or you have to move into iMovie. Okay. So we're going to do the workaround in the Photos app first, and then we're going to see how much time is left to head into iMovie. So the workaround is as follows. We're going to go ahead and we're going to, hold on, I didn't mean to write. I just need to move this out of the way of the tools. There we go. We're going to head down and we're going to go over to projects. And we're going to open that little arrow. And we can create a new slideshow, which is what you create in here, either by first selecting my clips, and it puts them all together, or by slowly dragging them in one by one. Let's say that I want to clip this one together with this one, and then together with that one, and then together with this one. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 clips. So I've selected 4. That's one way. The other way would to create the projects first and then to drag them in one by one. But say that I know that I want these 4 clips to be in my video. So go ahead and select 4, even if they are 4 completely different videos. Don't get, you can then create your good one. So don't spend too much time selecting the one where the dog looks perfect, or the sun looks great, or the kid is smiling. Just select 2 or 3 or 5 videos. Ideally, we're going to have shorter clips and really long ones, but you can work with whatever you have. Then we're going to head down to projects, and we're going to click on this little plus sign there, and we're going to choose a slideshow from the Photos app. So basically slideshow photos. So once again, go to projects. Once you hover over the projects, if you're not hovering, there's no plus sign, but if you hover over the word projects, then a plus sign appears. And we're going to go down to the choice of slideshow. Let me move this. I need to move this up a bit more because otherwise it won't work. Hold on. Slideshow photos. And once I let go, what should this be called? I'm going to call it passion fruit. And I'm going to say, okay. So it's downloading some of them because they were still up. And just because I already had them selected, I didn't drop them in one by one. It's put 4 videos next to each other as 4 clips. And it even titled it passion fruit because I called it passion fruit. So it has a little title. And then I'm going to press play. And then it segues on to the next one. Are you seeing this, or is the share not showing it?
You see it.
Okay. It's kind of cutting it out a little bit, but there was when it fell over because I left the whole thing in there. And then there's the final. Okay. So there wasn't much art to it. There was just connecting my 4 pieces. But in the middle of it, I left a clip where the phone falls again. But I had clipped the first one, but I hadn't clipped the second one. But now the video is in there. So what can we do about it? First of all, I want to let you know that these videos, although they were filmed originally in this mode, high vertical landscape iPhone mode, which is the question that Thomas was asking earlier. These were filmed with the phone upright. But when I put them here in the passion fruit, in the video, the slideshow is showing itself sideways. And so I'm getting all this black on the 2 sides, which is what we were trying, at least in the conversation with Thomas, he was saying, can you avoid that? And in this area, in this mode, you can't avoid that. And these was already with videos that were in that mode. Now, I'm going to show you when I export, there's going to be a choice here that might make a slight difference. But for now, I'm stuck with what I have. And now this video is the one that was okay-ish. The second video is the one I believe that I cut. I think this is the one.
Are you sharing, Diana?
Oh, thank you. I thought I was, but I have a feeling that I might not be sharing. Please. Let me get the whole page shared because that fit less. Here, move this out of the way. Okay, and I have to, hold on, let me stop my share because I've got this weird thing in here. Let me quit my whole photos app. There we go. Now I can share this again. Okay, that's better. Okay, so now I have my my second video. If you remember, is the one where my phone fell again. No, the third one. This one is the one where my phone fell again. So what if I want to edit this video? Because at the end of this little piece of this clip, it basically falls down again. And what if I want to put in a photo here? So Molly's question, can I put a photo in here? Yes, I can. I can insert a photo in the slideshow. So say that I had a photo and I don't have a single photo of a passion fruit. So I'm going to insert any old photo, which is kind of weird, I know, but I'm just going to grab this photo, which is completely out of place. And I'm going to drag it into the passion fruit project right there, passion fruit project. So I'm going into the passion fruit project and here it is. In fact, they put it in the front page. I can put it in as a middle page or as the end. So I can put a photo anywhere. So if this were to play, I'm going to put it right here so it plays quickly. Then when I start from the very beginning, the passion fruit first plays and then it'll jump to the photo. See it in a second. And it goes to the photo. It jumps back to the next video. Okay. So yes, you can mix photo. That was Molly's question. You can mix photos with videos. Now, of course, that photo had nothing to do with the passion fruit. So see, I can move it around, do whatever I want. I'm putting the clips in a different direction, or even I'm going to delete it. I'm going to select it and hit delete because it doesn't really belong in here, but I could have put in photos in there. But now this is the one where it falls again. Like if I were to play this little bit, you'll see the camera falls over again. So if I want to edit it, if I double click it from here, it goes into the edit mode. And now I can edit it. And when my camera falls again, which is about, boom, there it fell. Right there is where I'm done. Then I'm going to grab this and drag it up and finish it right there where it falls. Right there. Okay. And I'm done. I'm going to save it as a new clip. I don't want to hide the bits and pieces, right? So I'm going to save that one as a new clip. So now, that's interesting. Did it cut? Do I need to replace? Now I need to see it. Did it bring the new piece in here or did it leave me the bad? That I don't know. Since I said save as a new clip to get rid of that bad stuff, did it include that one here or the other one? Let me see, give me a second. Now, the music, I'm gonna cut the sound off so we don't have to hear it again and again.
Deanna, are there choices in music? Or you just accept what comes as a default?
Okay. Good. As I suspected, it did, since I saved as a new clip, I need to bring that new clip in here. So I'm going to delete this one. I'm going to go back to my videos. And I'm going to put the short version of that one. This is the new one where it doesn't fall. Okay. So now I'm going to grab that one and I'm going to put it in passion fruit. And then since it came in the beginning, I'll put it over there. And there we go. Now I have the short version in here. Now I could change the title. I can go over here and title and call this one Cutting Passion Fruit, for example, or something like that, if that's what I wanted, right? So I can change the title. But that's about all I can do. I can change the music. I can change the way the slides change. So over here, there's a little music over there. I can choose a different song. I can go to the music library and choose a different sound from my music library or from like files that I have in my computer. I can make it go faster or shorter, but basically this is what I have. And because this scales photos to fit screen, the photos are fitting in this format where I see black. If I were to have not done that, then I'm getting a full frame, but it's probably not going to show the cutting action. So let me see. If this is what I do, I am losing the other pieces, right? I'm losing the top and the bottom because I told it, see, you don't see almost cutting action. As long as it still fits, it's a bit of a, no, it looks like I did the action right in the middle, so it kind of works. Okay, I guess in this case, it's not that bad that I did that, right? But that's the only way to get it to not show me those two black sides. But if I say scale photos again, then yeah, I get the two black screens because it's one or the other, either crop it or don't crop it. Okay. Has everyone been able to put in a couple of different photos and seen them as a little video? You can change the transition, you can push, reveal, uncover, like, does it just gently dissolve into one another like it did, or does it push an image in or out? Let me show you the difference between that. It just, when it's done with one video, it's gonna go ahead and push this one and another one comes in. That's push versus reveal, uncover, cover. Let me say reveal now. And I say preview. Okay, this first one should be shorter so we can see the push, but this is reveal. And transition differently. I'm going to go back to dissolve, which I like better. And now I'm done. If this is my video, this is really all I can do. I can put in another title slide with, like, you know, information about the fruit or who's the videographer or whatever I want. But this is about all I can do in this app. Now, I can have a ton of photos and videos. I can have some really good, fun stuff. But right now, I'm going to make sure everyone has done this and has no questions about this before I move to showing you how to turn this into an actual video that you can share. So let me clean your answers. And now, how's it going? Was everyone able to make a little video? Nope. I'm seeing yes from Bob, yes from Thomas, yes from Vera, not from Barbara. It's possible that you're stuck in the fact that your computer can't handle it, especially if you put like 30-second videos and not, I have little shorties here. Vera said yes. Molly and Mary, how you guys doing? Yolanda?
Mhm. I watch you can.
Diana, when
I had
Two people are talking at the same time. Molly, do you want to start?
sure. I had a hard time. I couldn't. I didn't have my toolbar open for me
I
to.
want to share your
Fin-
screen, see if we can figure it out.
it wouldn't open. It wasn't. Make it.
Okay. All right, you're missing your sidebar.
The sidebar.
Window a little bit wider.
Mhm.
There's your sidebar.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
Yeah, sidebar is usually when you have a small window, you don't see it.
Mhm.
Okay, now go all the way down. Beyond, lower than my albums. So go all the way to my albums and go all the way down. Yep. Keep going at the bottom of all your albums. There it is at the very bottom, my projects. You see that? The last choice in the sidebar. Down, 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 even lower, lower. No, 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 I see
My
it.
project.
There, my projects. There it is. You can
Okay.
open that little window. Maybe you have some, click on the little arrow next to where you are to see if you have any projects there. Well, if you create a slideshow right now with nothing selected, which you can, then you need to drag the videos in. I'll go ahead and say slideshow. And then choose photos. There you go. Call it something. Call it, right? It says entitled slideshow. Give it a name. Test or whatever.
Oh, tested. Okay.
Okay. And then say, okay. So now it's taking you, guys. Now it's the opposite. Now it's taking you to say, okay, what photos do you, she had nothing pre-selected. So now it's like, what
Yeah.
photos do you want to
Yeah.
add?
Before I selected these.
Okay, so then if these are, there's none selected, right? So right now it says 0 app selected. So right now, see how it says 0 selected? So if you want these, they're going to go ahead and select it. These are these videos or are these photos?
No, these are photos.
Okay, we'll select a photo or two, but then we want to choose some videos. So go ahead and click on something that you want. Okay. Got it. And then say add, but then we're going to go and add some more videos. So go ahead and say add. So now it's downloading those. Okay, so you added 4 photos. Now drag yourself up and let's go to see your videos. So scroll up, scroll here, scroll up here on the sidebar. Here, scroll up, you go find your videos.
On the video, let's see.
So scroll up, keep going. And the best way is to go click here on videos.
Right here.
Yeah. There you go. And now if we want to add some of these, hold on, let me show you first what you need to do. Now you need to, yeah, select one, whichever videos you want to add to your.
Okay, let's see which one I want.
Down, choose a few videos or one.
All right.
It's 2. Okay. If you want, I want another one. So hold down your command key and choose another one so that you have some 2 different ones, one after the other. That seems there are 2 different ones. Yeah, 3 of the same moment, so to say, but different ones. Okay. One is 45 seconds long. The other 2 are 15 seconds long each. I would recommend for this test not to select the 45-second long because you'll sit there forever before you see the transitions. So go ahead and hold down the command key and click on that one again so it goes away. No, back out, you double clicked. So back out, this is the 45-second one. Back up here. Yeah, and go ahead and click away and select again just these 2 short ones. So click on the white stuff so that you get rid of this selection. Click on the white area. Just click on the white. White would be this. This is white. Click somewhere on the
Oh,
white.
oh,
Yeah. I just don't want this one because if you have the 45
too long.
second one, it'll be hard to learn. So just choose some short ones. And those two are 15-second ones. Yeah. There we go. All right. Now, with those two selected, we need to go back down to your projects, right? So instead of going up and down so much, I would have collapsed my albums so that it's easy to get to the project. So go ahead and collapse your albums. Yeah, click that little arrow right there. Click the little arrow
Yeah.
right next to the My Albums.
Oh, okay.
There you go. So now you're at My Projects, okay? But since you selected My Albums, now you kind of lost the video. So go back to videos. Okay. Now you can drag, you can put your mouse over here that you have two selected and drag them and drop them on top of the word test. Down there and let go.
Backwards? And how did
Alright.
she get the word test down there? How did she get the initial one?
I
She
put
had
that
create-
in.
She
I
had
put that in.
She clicked on the plus sign, selected a slideshow and called it test.
Test. I called it test.
Mhm. Now click on test. And now you have the first 4 photos that you had chosen and or the other way around. The first 4 photos are back here, first 4 photos, and then 1 and 2 are the 2 videos. Okay, so you have videos and photos in here. Okay.
Okay.
Now, and it's called test, and so good old title at the beginning is test. So now press play and let's see what we've got. And this is going to be 15 seconds, right? Now this one is a little bit crooked. This one's one that you might want to you can crop and straighten a little bit as long as it stays crooked. Okay, now this is your second one. Oh, and see this hand that gets in the way? And another hand that gets in the way? So maybe I can't hear, I don't know if it's in the middle of the song or something, but those hands that got in the way, maybe you can start. But if it's a story that you can't club, of course you can't stop it, then you have 4 photos. Okay, now you might want to put the photos before or after the videos. You can do whatever you want with the order of things, but right now you have 4 photos and now you're done. Now you're back again to the beginning. So go ahead and pause it and then hit your escape key to get out of that mode.
Escape.
There we go. So now you're back in the mode. So now you can decide to put the videos in the back and the front, the photos in the front and the back. You can make choices like that. But right now, these don't necessarily seem to make much sense to me, but I don't know. Maybe these people were all involved in this ceremony. I don't know, right?
It's
And-
good. It's good.
Okay. All right. So
Thank you.
say that you wanted to put this photo in front of that one. Go ahead and grab this one and drag it and drop it in front of that one just to see how to move things around. There we go. Okay. Now say that you wanted to straighten out this video. You can double click on that one. Go ahead and double click. That you're on the test side. See how the front one has 2 sides? You're clicking on the word that's the title to click on the video, which is right next to it. Yeah, right next to it, like there. Yeah. And
Right there.
click on that, double click on that. And see how it's a little bit crooked? You might
Yes.
go to crop.
Crop.
And you might want to oh, you're also, yeah, straighten it out a little bit. There you go. You might want to put your mouse in the middle and drag it down so you don't cut his head off with the headdress. Now drag it down a bit. There you go. And now you can say done. Good. So now in your video, it should show up with that crop. Go ahead and say test again or preview. Preview lets you start from any time. Test.
Oh, preview.
No, it didn't straighten out. Did we say done? It didn't straighten out. Huh. But in the video you did, let's go back to the video. Let's see if it got straightened out in the video. And since it fills the screen, can you go back here to the video? Now I'm curious if the crop. Go back to videos. Yeah. Click on videos. Just click. Your mouse is in the right spot. You just need to click on that word. So can you click over here where your mouse is? Yeah, click. Yeah. And then this is the video that you did crop. Yeah, it does look cropped.
Mhm.
Maybe it wasn't enough to completely straighten it out, but in the slideshow, it didn't seem to keep that crop. Okay.
Mhm.
I'll have to test that. Okay. So then let's go back to test. And unless you want to add or take away more stuff, let's say that that's your video. I'm going to stop your share, see if I can help other people, and then
Thank you.
show you how to
Yeah.
complete this and how to turn this into an actual video. Okay.
Thank you.
So let's go ahead and I think Barbara, you said you weren't able to do it either.
Right.
Now this is something that you can't do on the phone.
Mm,
So if you were doing this on the phone, this doesn't work because projects are not something that show up on the phone. Okay.
yeah, I tried it and I was gonna ask you, why can't I see it? So,
Yeah, there's no projects on the phone.
okay.
So, you know how most of the things are, you can do on both, but you can't do projects on the phone. So you can do them on your computer, except for your computer right now seems to be hesitating and all your videos are really long. If you find two really shorties or create out of your big ones, two short little 5-minute,
Yeah, but I can't,
5-second videos, then you can put them together and it might work.
I can't, I'm trying to go to the projects and then, add one, right? And it's not letting me do that.
Go ahead and say share your screen. It's not because it's Monterey. Monterey did have projects. It's just that they are probably, yeah, your computer is like, I'm done working or something. Go down to projects. Go down to my projects. Okay, now click on the plus sign. Go down to slideshow. Go down to photos. Click on that. Yep. And yeah, call it test or whatever you want to call it. Say okay.
Okay, but that just gives me,
Now it gives you a choice to what you want to put in that slideshow. So now you can go and click on something and it'll put it in there.
why can't I find where it's just the videos?
Because the way you did it without pre-selecting them, now it's taking you to all your stuff. So now choose something or nothing and then say cancel, and then we're going to go and do it by dragging them. It's okay if you don't want to choose any of these. Say cancel. It's at the top. Yeah. And now you have a project that's empty. Go to my projects. Go to the left side to my projects. Open that little arrow. No, not that. The little arrow on the left side. Yeah. And now, oh, because you said cancel, so it didn't even create it. Okay, so let's do this. Go to your videos and choose your videos first. Go to media types, go to your videos, and now choose choose a video or two or three videos, but try to make them really short just for this to work. But for now, you have, okay.
Okay.
Got one sideways and two long ones. Okay, now go to my projects and hover over the plus sign. And now say slideshow photos. And this time, when you say test, this time it'll work because you had pre-selected them. Before you could have selected them, but then it's harder to find them, right?
I don't know. I tried to do
Okay.
that, but
Right.
it didn't do it.
Now, oh, looks like, oh, you didn't click on command to select more. You selected and selected and selected. In order to keep pre-selected, you need to have the command held down. Now only the last one worked, but that's okay. Let's go back to videos and let's drag them in this time. So go back to videos, go select the other ones that you wanted.
It's the shortest thing.
Okay, and drag it onto the test. Let go, okay, and select one more. Go ahead and say save. Oh, that's a video you got from messages and it's saying that it hadn't been saved from messages, okay? And one more. Okay, and drag it down. to your test and let go. Good. So now you have 3 videos in there. So go click on the word test. And there's your, oh, looks like you only got 2. Oh, the other one, it was still saving. Now that it probably saved, now you can go get it. It was in the middle of saving, and then we move forward and go to videos and see if you can grab it again or put another one in. Okay. There we go. Right, now go to test. Now you've got 3. Right, so now go ahead and play.
He said the bowing deer in Japan.
Nice. Oh. Is that every time you give them something, they bow?
Uh-huh.
And then there's the dogs, on the other hand, you give them something and they jump on you because dogs are dogs. All right. Lovely guy. My sweet little guy just passed away when I was gone, so pretty sad. Anyway, here we go. We'll go ahead and hit your
All
escape.
right.
Go ahead and hit your escape key. And you can alter the order. You can change the title. You can add photos. You can do whatever you want. Okay. Now that everyone's done one, how do we turn this into a video we can share? Because if someone comes to your computer, right, and sitting over your shoulder, you play the video, that's good. But what if you want to send it? You want to share it. You want to create it, put it on YouTube. You want to, you know, put it on a social media or something. You need to create a file. Right now, this isn't a file. This project you can keep. Let me share my screen. Here we go. So now these projects here, and these are different ones that I've been doing. I think one of my favorite ones is one of these. So anyway, you can change what you do. This one has like 11 pictures in them. These are different ones that I've been doing. But anyway, this one here is the passion fruit that I just did. I want to share it. I want someone else to do something with it. So I'm going to go all the way up here to where it says export. Once I've decided that I have the transition. So something that I didn't follow through with you guys who just shared with me is these 3 buttons here, where you click on the timing, the sound, the music, and the timing, okay? So you can change these things, like I can tell, you know, these are, the classic is the one that comes up automatically, but I might want these to change in different modes. When you're doing a video, probably classic is the most logical one. But you might want different ones, or you might want a different sound. You might want, you know, choose a different song or whatever you want. And then the timing here, where you want it to go faster or slower or that kind of thing. So anyway, I'll let you guys make those choices, but when you're done and you like what you've chosen, then we go to export up here, okay? And we click on export. Now, as an export, this is going to save as a video. So this is your photos way of making a video, putting these clips together. And then I'm going to save it to the desktop, which later I'm going to trash it, which is why I don't care right now. But this file is going to be outside of my Photos app. It doesn't save inside the Photos app. It's a file. It's a video file. And depending on how much you put in, how many videos you put in there, if it's really big or really small. And I can choose the definition. Standard definition is really small, high definition, or a high definition 1820. So I'm going to show you the difference. I'm going to save it first as standard definition 480. So I'm going to call this one passion fruit 480, right? And I'm going to save it. And I'm going to say save. It's going to export the slideshow. Now these are small videos, so this is the small export, the 480. Let's take a little bit of time. And this is my small one. meaning I export as 480. So this little bit of time is not so little. And if you have a slow computer and we're on Zoom, it's even worse. But there it is. It's finally out. And here it is on my desktop. Hold on. Share my entire screen. Here it is on my desktop. I have a file. It's 6 megabytes. It's passion fruit 480. I'm going to double click to play it. And there it is. This is a video now. Look at the quality of the letters. The quality of the fruit. It's kind of fuzzy. See that? It works. It's just kind of fuzzy. Okay. Is that smaller? It's good quality. But once you get bigger, it gets very fuzzy. Look at the quality of that spoon versus smaller. Okay. That's 480. Now I'm going to go ahead and this time I'm going to export it. This time I'm going to go the other way around. I'm going to go to the biggest one, 1080. And I'm going to say dash 1080. 1080. And I'm going to say save, high definition. And now it's going to take a long time. I'm going to stop my share while it's doing it, only because I want to give it a chance to do it faster. And when I'm sharing my screen, it'll be longer. So see, there you go. By not sharing, it's happening faster because it's going to share it, save it at a much higher definition.
And it'll take up more room on your computer, right?
It'll take up more room on my computer. It's still exporting. Toodaloo. So you guys should be doing it on yours too. Okay, there we go. It's done. So let me share my screen again. I mean, if you have many minutes of video, you can be here for hours, which is why I told you to put little short videos in this for this sample. Oh, I didn't need to do that. I need to share the entire screen so you can see it. Okay, so here we go. Now this is my 480. It's only a 6 megabyte movie, and this is my 1080. It's 21 megabytes. So that's like 3 times bigger, right? So now let me double click on the 1080 and the quality is so much better. Good quality. You can see everything like we saw when we were practicing, right? But it's a much bigger file. Remember that you can send, you can email a 10 megabyte file, but you can't email a 21 megabyte file, right? So in the end, this one is too big to email. This one is fine for emailing. And if people are going to see it on their phones really small, that's fine. But if they're going to want to see it bigger, then you want to go bigger. So then I skipped the middle one, but you got an idea, right? Of the three possible sizes. And then you can send this file, you can share it, you can mail it. Remember, if you email something bigger than 10 megabytes, it'll send them a link and then they have to click on the link and then they'll be able to see it. But other than that, you can do that. And then you can show it at, you know, on your screen, on your computer. You can put it on your files in your phone, even though you can't share the project on your phone. You can put this file on your phone, open it from the Files app, and just play it from people want to see your dog video that you made, or your passion fruit video that you made, or whatever video that you've been making, or the video of you speaking, right? So this is the file now that you can embed in a blog, in an app, in a website, or whatever. You didn't have much control. All you could do is put them all together next to each other and change a little bit how much it dissolves into another, but that's it. When you want more control than that and sound and a bunch more, then we need to proceed to iMovie. iMovie is the more professional-ish app of the series of videos that come, not videos, apps that come with a computer. And in iMovie, you can do some pretty good stuff. Now, we don't have that much time left, but for those of you who are game, I'm happy to open iMovie and show you what to do in iMovie, or I'm happy to stay in Photos and keep showing you more about Photos. So first, I'm going to ask if there's any questions, which I see Barbara has her hand up, and then after that, we can choose if we want me to move into iMovie and show you some stuff in iMovie. So Barbara, what's your question?
Okay, so when you send it on the high def, and it's a lot bigger and everything, can they change the definition on on the other side, on the receiving side?
As in make it smaller again, or?
Yeah. Or is it just the way you send it, that's it?
When you send it, that's it, unless they are good with files and they're able to know how to find an app that can make them smaller. Not bigger. You can't make a small file and have it make it bigger, but if you send them a big file, can they make it smaller? There's always apps that can convert things to smaller, yeah.
I do
But
have
not like regular people, but someone who understands video and works with it and stuff, yeah, they can.
I do
Regular
have
people.
one other question. It's about shared folders.
Shared albums.
Albums, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Sorry,
so-
I apologize. I'm still jet lagged. Yeah, let me just stop for a minute. You're right. I haven't talked about shared albums, and that's important. So, and I do have time, and what's time left is to talk about shared albums versus I won't be able to do too much iMovie. So when we decide what we want to do next, maybe the next is shared albums instead of iMovie, we'll see. But hang in there with a question. Let me see if there's any other questions about what we just did. Guys, was everyone able to export a little video file and you're able to find it and play it? Give me a yes. Okay. So let me just say that if we go into iMovie and you bring these same 5 videos in or whatever you choose to do, the difference is that you can choose a different transition. You can have things clip into black and then put in title sounds. You can clip into right. You can talk over the stuff and explain what's happening. This is a passion fruit and this is how you cut it. I'm just, imagine David Attenborough talking about nature. So like you can actually put your own music that you have on your computer. So you can actually do the same thing, but in a way that looks like a professional little clip. You can do that in iMovie. I didn't, I didn't see anyone here really bringing the kind of stuff that would make for that. I know, Thomas, you really are trying to do some stuff for YouTube, for social media. Do you have any particular videos that could link together that you want to work with? Otherwise, I'm going to just talk about shared albums.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine. Anyone else who really wants to see iMovie? I know that Thomas really wanted that. I'm not sure anyone else. Raise your hands if you want to go to iMovie. Okay. I'm going with the group. I'm just so you know, I'm putting together a whole video editing course that's going to be probably ready in a year because we're working with them right now to create it. And it takes about a year to go around, but I'm hoping because I know there's not everyone. There's a few people who are really interested in video editing and want to know how to do it. And we just we just don't have this. This is all the course calls for, just how you deal with videos in iPhotos. And whenever I try to go into iMovie, you know, there's so much more in the Photos app now. Before I used to have 2 days for movies, but the Photos app keeps getting more and more intense, things that we can do, and it just takes up all of the class time. And we get this little tiny bit of video editing, mainly because most people don't want to know about video editing. See, they don't even come that day when I say I'm going to do video editing. So I kind of keep relegating it to the end. But let me explain about shared albums. Now, I'll explain about them, but Barbara, did you have a particular question about them or was it just a general shared albums question?
Well, okay, so I was at a wedding and somebody made a shared album and they emailed or did something for everybody and we all put our pictures in of the wedding. And then, so we all have all of the pictures.
Wow.
Okay. And I want to start doing that with my husband on our trips because we take all these pictures, but we don't see each other's pictures. So I want to make a shared album for each one of our trips.
Right.
Mhm.
but I have no idea
Yeah.
how to do that.
Yeah, and actually, in fact, a friend of mine just came over and I knew her mom, wonderful woman, and she passed away, her mother-in-law, sorry. This woman was a friend of my mom's too, and she just passed away. And so she didn't know how to do this, and she asked me, she wanted to show all of the family members provided photos, and she wanted to be able to show them at the service. And so I gave her a hand and we created a shared, everyone dropped stuff into the shared album. And with that, we made actually a little slideshow
Nice.
file that then she was able to project. And one thing I didn't show you is that this, in this projects, one last thing is that you could choose this little choice down here, which if you click on it and it's gray, it doesn't work. But if you click on it and it's blue, then that means it's on, and that means that it's going to replay. You know, when you get to the end, it keeps playing again and it's kind of loop. So this was a slideshow that was on a loop. When the service was over and everyone was in like the reception area, they just had this looping in the background, and it was, 100 photos or more. So it took a while to get to the end of it. Then it would loop again, and while everyone was service, they would keep seeing photos. So that you do this little loop feature there. Anyway, but first people had to give all of their photos in for the project, right? So in the albums mode, when you open the albums, do I not have any shared albums set up here
Way on the bottom. Side
already? Hold on, where are my albums?
there,
Um,
underneath on the bottom, shared albums.
Oh, bottom. There we go. Thank you. It used to be up here with albums. Now it's in the bottom, shared albums, because this is new too. And you wouldn't have it, Barbara, but right now, if you click on shared with you, I don't have it in this computer. This computer is a fake account, so no one shares photos with me. But in my real computer now, if you go to shared with you, you'll see there all the photos that people have been texting you or sharing from the internet, or I'm not sure about emailing, because emailing, I downloaded some and they went straight into the save, but definitely when they share them with you. With text, they would be appearing over here. Did you guys see that? Do you see photos that people have shared with you under the shared with you? And it's people who, not Barbara, people who have Ventura or Sonoma or Sequoia. For sure Sequoia and Sonoma. I'm not sure Ventura. Does anyone else see it at the bottom of sharing? No one seems to be saying yes or no. So does that mean no?
Shared, what are we looking for?
Shared with you. At the bottom. So if you have your albums open up and your projects and you go all the way to the bottom, maybe you have that, you go all the way to the bottom, at the very bottom where it says sharing, you have shared albums and you have shared with you. Do you guys have shared with you? Bob Burton is saying yes. Anyone else? I'm not expecting Barbara to have it, but anyone else? Vera, you don't have it either, huh? Okay.
I don't see it in my phone either.
There's shared albums, but no shared with you.
Right. They're two different things. That's why. So I'm looking at my phone, since you said that you don't have the shared with you, but I do have the shared with you on my phone. That's why. Let's see.
It's probably because my Mac is old.
Where was the shared with you? I know that I have the shared with you on the phone right now. I need to go find it, but I do want to move forward with the shared albums first because I'm running out of time, and then I'll look for shared with you on your phone. But shared with you is somewhere on the phone too. I don't know exactly where. But anyway, let's go to shared albums. Okay. So now I'm gonna clear out this plan. When I go to shared albums and I'm gonna open it up, I happen to have three different shared albums going on here. And it's interesting because I have this thing called activity, which is examples of shared albums, things that I've been doing or not doing with shared albums. So that won't exist until someone is interacting with your albums. So now let me go ahead and give you another example of a shared album. So first of all, I'm going to go to share albums. And again, there's a plus sign. I'm going to click on this plus sign and I'm going to make a shared album name. And I'm going to call this one class test shared album. And I'm going to call this one summer 2020.
Diana,
Yeah.
so you keep on asking about shared albums, and I just realized I have it. So if we have it, what does it mean?
It means that you have an album that someone is sharing with you. Let's make one first and then I'll show you what it means. It means that someone created an album, maybe you created it or someone else created one, and they have shared it with you. I'm going to show you now. Like, first of all, we're making an album with a name, and then we invite people. So what does that mean? Put people's email addresses here that we want to take part of this album. Like, we want them to be able to see your files. You want to, yeah. So Mary, I wasn't asking if you had shared albums with you. Shared with you would have been just photos that were shared with you, but shared albums is different. So give me a second here. I'm going to say plus, and I'm going to choose from my contacts app people that I want to share this with. If I happen to have them in my contacts, but if not, I'm going to write them in here. Now, for example, Bob, what's your username? Your school username. I'm gonna do this rather quickly, but who else is here? Do I have? I don't know. Excel file. I need the roster to share this with you guys. Where's my Excel? Let me go. In the background, I'm gonna look for you guys' usernames and see if I can share these albums with you. Hold on. Desktop.
Mine's PJ.
In iLife, I'm opening up the roster for a second. I just want to not make the mistake of recording that, or later I won't be able to have it. So here's Molly. Where's Barbara? Here's Robert. Here's Bob. I guess. Oh,
Shared albums.
That's a different one. That's a different class.
did I lose it?
Yeah.
Because I went to, okay. Summer 2025. Invite people. I'm trying to, yeah, the moment. I'm gonna just create it and then I'm gonna invite people after. Okay. Test summer, no, not test. I'm gonna call this one summer 2025 class or something like that. I'm gonna say, here are the photos of our trip, something like that. I'm gonna say create. So I've created this album, right?
Mhm.
So watch, I'm gonna go look at some photos of trips. Here's Rota, and I'm gonna put these 5 photos in there. And I'm gonna drop them into the summer 2025 class. Did I? Okay. So now they're in here. Now, this is just one more album. It's not like I took them out of here or anywhere. I just happened to have put them in here, okay? Now, I'm going to share this album with people. So now let me get some, I'm going to share this album. I'm going to go here to the little people, and I'm going to choose who to share these with. And most importantly, I can choose whether subscribers can post their own photos, which in your case, Barbara, yes, you would want your husband to post his photos as well. Does that make sense?
Uh-huh.
Or not? They can just watch it. They can just look at it. So in the case of my mom, I don't want her to be deleting stuff. So I'm gonna not have this on. I just want her to see photos of mine. But if it were my sister, I'd be fine with her adding photos. Does that make sense? Now, do I want to make it public so anyone in the world can view this? No. So no, not that public. And then notifications. Do you want to show when people are adding stuff or putting in photos or whatever? Yes, I want to be notified or not. Yes, I want to be notified. Now I'm going to invite people. So I'm going to put you guys in there. I'm going to put Robert Burtness in there. I'm going to put Vera, Molly, Yolanda, going by alphabetical order here. Who's next? Africa. Bob Moran. Or Moran. Mary O'Fling, here you are. And Barbara Urbanus. Okay, that's it. Who's here, right? Did I have everyone who's here? Yeah. Okay. So now I've shared it with you guys, and I believe you should all have an invitation. Go to your emails or to your texts. I believe this got emailed to you, and see if you have an invitation. Now, since this is from school, maybe I should have done your pipeline email addresses. I don't know. I'll try both. I'm going to go back and I'm going to this time include your pipelines to see if that. Oh, Thomas. I hadn't added Thomas. Okay, tell me if anyone is seeing this on their, if anyone's seen an invitation.
Mm-hmm.
You are?
Yeah.
Molly.
Is
Vera.
what you
Still
sent-
working.
Is what you sent SBCC Business Services?
Yes, that's the person who invited you. SBCC Business Services. Yes.
The one that says subscribe to SBCC Business Services?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I got it.
From SBCC Business Services. That's this account.
I got it.
Okay, go ahead and subscribe.
Subscribe. There's already a check mark in there, but in green.
Yeah, go ahead and say whatever. If someone wants to
Subscribe.
so I can show you how it looks, but otherwise click on subscribe or click on check mark. Vera, you didn't get it yet?
I got it.
I got it. Mhm.
You have to enter your Apple account.
Subscribe. Mhm.
Well, that's the only negative is that some people, when I tried to do this with some friends, someone who didn't have an Apple account, she was only Google. She said she couldn't access it. That was quite a few years ago. I've heard that you can now, but I don't know if that's true right now anymore. Okay, give me a yes if you have subscribed.
I did not even do anything. There's already a check mark there in big green.
I think you need to click on the check mark. I don't know because I don't see the invitation. Can somebody share their screen so I can see the invitation to tell you what you need to do? Once you say yes or confirm, now go back to your Photos app and look in your shared albums and you should see the summer 2025 class.
Shared album. I go to the photograph, to the photos.
Why doesn't somebody share their screen with me so I can show you? Because this is your side. Me, I'm invited you. Now you have to receive it.
There's nothing happening except in mine except
Mary, the email I used for you is,
in the iCloud.
oh, you only gave the school pipeline email addresses, so you don't have a personal one. So you need to go to your pipeline, Mary, because I don't have any other email for you. All right, no one's sharing their screen. Can somebody please share?
Can
Okay,
I-
Vera, go for it.
I see it on the bottom, but
Okay, hold on.
pictures came in the email, but it didn't open down here.
So open the shared albums, it has a little arrow on the left. Open it up, open your left arrow. There you go. And now go down. It's not yet there.
Didn't scroll any more than that.
Shared albums only available in the system photo library. Ooh, you're not using your system photos library here, it seems. Is this not your
I
system?
thought
photo-
I was. Isn't that the photos I use all the time? The photos we're talking about?
Yeah, are these the photos that come into your computer from your phone? Is this where the photos arrive from your phone?
It only comes in if I plug my phone in.
Then you don't have, this is not your system's photos library. Are you trying to have your phones show up? Do you have your photos in the cloud? Because this means no.
It must be in the cloud. I just don't have it plugged in right now.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to plug in your phone. You're not using your shared, this is not the system's photos library. The photos would go back and forth automatically. You wouldn't have to plug in. Since you're not using the system's photos library, this is a different library, then you're having to transfer your phones by hand. Are you paying for the cloud to have space for your photos?
Yes.
So then you're opening the wrong library and it's hard to explain. Go ahead and go to the Photos app right there, the little icon. Go
This
ahead
one
and, yeah, go ahead and go option click. And then,
It went to iCloud.
yeah, no, this is something else. Go ahead and, by the way, you are seeing them in your iCloud photos. There's the shared library. You see it? Those are the
Yes.
photos I put in there, so you're seeing them. But right now, I want you to quit your Photos app. Quit your actual Photos app. Okay, and now go back to your Photos app and hold down the Option key. Hold it down, and now click on the icon. Keep the option held down. And over here, it's saying Photos Library last opened, but you don't seem to have the systems. How funny, you don't have your systems Photos Library. Go ahead and say create new for a second, which then I will help you delete. No, call it, no, you know what, say cancel. I don't want you creating a new one. It's going to get too complicated for you. You don't have this one set up. Okay, go ahead and leave for a second. Go ahead and open that one. Say, go ahead, choose library. Go ahead and say choose library because that's the one you want. And then let's go up to your system settings, photos settings up at the top, photos settings. And then over here, you need to say use as system photos library. You don't have it set up as your system photos library. Oh,
Okay.
hold on. Don't say okay. Wait. Switching the system photo library will turn off iCloud photos. Can you read that sign? I can't read it well.
Says any photos and videos that have not been fully downloaded will be removed from the map, this map, and shared albums will be disabled. Turn on photos, iCloud photos for this new system photo library and setting.
Oh, okay, because you don't have your iCloud photos turned on. Say cancel. Go to your system settings first. If your goal was to have your photos go through, go to the top where it says Vera Dietrich, your name. Go into your iCloud and go into your Photos app. You have 3,000. Store your photos in the cloud. Okay. Say done. So it is syncing. But you have more than that. And access cloud data on the web. God, now I'm not sure if you do or don't have your system's photos set up. I don't want you to lose anything. That's why I'm trying to be very clear. Your
All right, I'll
photo
take the class again.
Well, let's go for a second to your photos library. This says that you have 3,400 photos in the cloud. Let's go to your
Here?
yeah. Yeah, you have it. It's there. It's right where it says use a system photos library. It's already there. Click on that. Don't click on the word system photos library, but click on go ahead and say done to that. Now go to the right side where right underneath you have that. Yeah, I need you to close this for out of the way. I need to. Yeah. No, just get out of the system settings. Just close the system settings. Okay. Now go to the why is I'm trying to find my thing where I can put my color, my pink. Here it is. I couldn't find my pencil. There it is. Okay. So go over here to the word library. Click on library. And go scroll down, down, down. Scroll to the very bottom. No, of this. Scroll to the very bottom of your photos. Yeah, because it'll say how many photos you have. Is that the very, very bottom? There. So you only have 2,630 and 670. So this is probably, so that, is that add up to 3,000 something?
That's about it.
That's about it. Okay, so it does seem that you are in sync with the same photos that you have on the cloud. I just wanted to make sure that you weren't having, you know, more or less. So now go back to your dock for a second. And go to, I think you were looking at your iCloud in the Chrome. Go over there to the Chrome app. I think that's where you're looking. I think that's when you have open. There it is. So now go to your library and let me count how many photos are there. Before you join them, I want to make sure that we're talking about the same thing. And 2,877 and 611 videos. Okay, so you basically have a few more photos in the cloud than you have in your computer. So
These were taken this morning and they're not on my phone yet. They were taken with my phone.
with your phone, but they're not yet on your computer. Yeah. Okay. So now let's go back to system settings. And yes, let's go to the Photos app. I'm sorry, go not to the system settings. I'm sorry, to the Photos app settings. Photos app. Go click on your Photos app, which is down here. No, that's your iCloud. Go back to the
Right.
on the farther right. Farther right. Okay. Close, minimize this. You don't need this in the way. Minimize that. There, minimize that. Yeah. Okay, now go and click right here, anywhere here. Just, you need to light this up. Yeah. Okay, now go to the photo setting. Photos, settings. And yes, now go ahead and say use the system photos library. I just wanted to confirm first that you weren't going to, okay, say okay to that. Okay. So now if you go to your shared albums, you have the shared albums plus everything you won't have to sync your phone anymore. Now it'll come automatically in. Okay. So these are photos that somebody shared with you. And then under shared albums, click on shared albums. And here, right now, here, right above, down, way at the bottom, right there. Way at the bottom, there's your summer 2025. 2 down, there. No, summer 2025 is right. Yeah. These are the photos that I just shared with you. And oh, it looks like someone else is putting in photos or videos. Is that yours, Barbara?
Yes.
You put one in there. So we're making
Thank you.
a shared photos library, okay? So we're all putting photos in there. The only danger here is that you could delete this, and I don't want you to delete my photos, right? Yes, you could remove it, but by doing it this way, if you were to delete this, you might delete a photo that I love. You know what I mean? So you have to be careful because I allowed people to add and take away. You have to make sure that they know how to handle your photos. That said, give it a try. Go ahead, hold on, let me for a second. Let me for a second do something. I'm gonna go here to this photo that I put in there. Give me a second. I'm gonna right click and I'm gonna duplicate this one. Wow. Why is my, okay, I'm duplicating this one just so that if you, someone,
I can't tell on your.
all right, so Vera, go to this one, the flower, the woman with the flowers on her head or plants on her head. Can you go to this one, Vera?
Yes, it's
Okay,
selected.
so right click on it and delete from shared album. You can't delete this photo. You can only delete items that you posted to the shared album. Okay, that's good to know. Okay, good. So you can't delete my photo. I wasn't sure if you could. I know you can add photos, but I didn't know you could delete them. So that was my test. But just in case you could delete it, I had duplicated it. Okay, so now Bob just put in a photo in there. Okay, so now you grab one of your photos and throw it in here. So grab a photo anywhere and then drop it into the shared albums down there and you'll have a photo in there of yours. So
Mine says that you can delete from shared album. I selected one of yours, Dion,
And what does it say?
says, delete from shared album.
Go ahead and try. Which one are you deleting? Hold on, tell me.
The
Try
Wednesday.
just the woman with the flower head, because that's the one I duplicated. Try that one. Did it let you?
Yeah.
It let you delete it?
You can only delete items that you posted on your shared album. Okay, I
So
guess not.
I can't delete yours.
Okay,
You
All
can.
right.
Can't delete yours. So that's good. I didn't know that. I wasn't sure and I was worried.
It's-
Okay, so go to one of your photos now, Vera, anywhere. I don't know, you're in general. Go
Trying
back.
to get in there, but I can't seem to open
Yeah,
it.
no, it's open. This is your just leave your dock. Leave your dock. Click away. Yeah. Click here. Yeah. Now go anywhere. Easter. Go to one of your albums anywhere. Go to an album. Choose a photo. Doesn't matter which. And now drag down so that we can see.
Do I need to select the photos?
Yeah, select a photo, but most importantly, drag down because we need to see your shared album first. So you won't be able to drag it into it. There we go. There's summer 22. Okay, and now drag that one into summer 2025. Touch down right there. Yeah, let go. Cool. Now click on summer 2025. And you have added 8 photos to our shared album. Okay.
Okay, wonderful.
They haven't shown up yet.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing all those, but it'll take a little bit before she's sending it up. They're coming down, you know.
On mine, it was immediate, but for other people, it took a while.
Yeah. So now I am not seeing your guys' albums yet, but they'll arrive. Like I'm seeing in my album right now in the summer shared class, I only see my photos right now, but I know that the rest will be coming. I just need to give it a minute and then it'll be here. So, was everyone able to add photos or see the shared album? Let me clear your answers. Clear your feedback. I know. So give me a yes, and if not, then I want you to share your screen and I'll give you a hand. So Molly, did you see them? Mary, you said you didn't get them. So Mary, did you get to your pipeline and get the invitation now? Mary, and basically Mary is the only one who said she at one point that she wasn't getting them, but now I don't see you, so I don't know. Bob Burton is, Bob Moran, Vera, were y'all able to drag something in? Yolanda?
Yes.
I think that's what I told you from SBCC.
Want to share your screen and I'll see if we can find it. And then Mary, I'm not hearing from you. Oh, sorry, internet is spotty. Okay. But did you get my email at least? And it's in the pipeline account. That's the only email I have for you. So I sent it to your pipeline account.
Are you talking to me or to Molly?
To Mary, I'm telling her about the email, but to you, Yolanda, I'm asking you to share your screen. I was talking to both of you. Sorry.
Screen. Share my screen. Share my screen. Am I now sharing my screen? Okay, yeah. That's the email I got from.
I'm going to resend the invitation. Hold on. I'm going to resend the invitation to Mary because it's true. It didn't go through to her pipeline account. Hold on, Mary. Let me send it to you again. Because, okay. Now, Mary, I just sent it to you again to your pipeline. So go check your pipeline. All right. All right. Now I'm with you, Yolanda. Okay. So did you click on the subscribe? Did you click on that button that says subscribe?
I think I did, but it was not
Do it again, just in case.
it was not moving. Am I supposed to click it many times?
No, one should be enough. Okay. Now say join.
Join.
Okay. And I guess you had already said join one time. So there we go. Go ahead and say join there again for a second because.
Join again.
And it's okay. It's only because you had opened it twice. Okay. So now we get to go to your Photos app. So let's go to your Photos app, and right now you're under activity. You have you're under just an activity thing here. So let's go ahead and close this window, and then we're open again to see if we can get to the main window. So go over here,
Go
over here and close this little red window.
go right here.
Close that. Click on the red. Yeah, right there. Okay. Now let's go and open the Photos app again to be set on a general. You were in like a little activity thing. So go to the dock and open the Photos app.
Right here?
Yes. Okay, so you're still in that weird. Okay, go over here to see what you're in. You're in the summer in the joined, but I want you to, yeah, click on that. Click there. And personal library versus shared library. Click on both libraries. All right, go to file. You're in a weird window. You're in the activity window only. I'm trying to get to the main window. I'm not sure. Okay, I don't know where you're at, so I'm going to try to take request remote control. Can you see where it says request remote control? Can you confirm? Tell me when you've said yes, confirm.
Oh, I see. Okay, approve, right?
Okay, now don't do anything. And let me do this because you're in this activity mode. First of all, you're done with this. So I'm going to close that because we don't need that for a second. But this is your, let me clear all the pink stuff. This is your Photos app, but we're viewing it in a very constrained mode. There it is. It was just too small. There we go. Okay, here's your utilities. Here's your media types. Let me close this up a little bit. And you have all your albums, you have a ton of albums. And now here at the bottom under your shared albums, you have the summer 2025 shared album. I know there's a class ending. And here you go. You're seeing everything really big. Okay, so this is the shared album. This is everyone's been putting their photos in here. You're
I
also,
don't know them. I mean, it's
you're in a lot of shared albums. Look, you have Anika's graduation that someone shared with you. Let's go and see. Look at all of these people that are in that same shared album. Tons of people have shared
okay.
your family members. Looks like your family does a lot of shared albums because you're in a lot of them. Christmas, okay? That's been shared amongst these people. So anyway, you are part of a lot of people's shared albums, okay? And you might have made them yourself, or you might have, you know, been invited to them, and that you can't really tell that you're a subscriber to these. So it's someone else's album that they've shared with you. Okay, just like this summer 2025 is an album that you have subscribed to that I've shared with you, and it's all of us who are part of it. Okay, you can see Barbara, Vera, Bob, you're all part of the same album. Okay, Mary Elfling still isn't in it. All right, so those are your shared albums, but you have shared albums from your whole family. They're all doing a lot now. Now and then there's one with one person. I'm wondering if it was you testing. You made this one and you invited Ruth, and Ruth never answered because there's still a question mark. So she didn't know how to answer you. So this is one that you've made, you've created. Okay. So this is one that if you're not using, you can delete because she's never answered. Does that make sense? You made it in January 2020 and he's never answered. So if you would want to, you could just like delete this shared album and no one would care because it's just you and she never answered. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Other ones that if you look over here, you've just subscribed to them. You're not the maker of them. If you don't want to see this anymore, you can unsubscribe. But why would you? Gorgeous photos, you might as well stay with them. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Because this is a perfect example of how shared albums works. So her family is sharing pictures and she's part of that. Okay. So yeah, it's working for you. I'm going to stop your share. The only one who didn't connect is Mary, and she had a spotty internet and she dropped out. So maybe later she'll find it and she'll come in and join us. All right. So, of all people, I'm the one who doesn't see your photos yet, which is interesting. In the summer classes, I'm only seeing mine. Why am I not seeing you guys? How funny. If I share my screen right now, it just shows me my photos. I'm not seeing your guys' photos. How bizarre is that? I'm seeing you guys seeing everyone's photos, but I'm not seeing your photos. But I guess they'll pop in at some point, maybe because it's mine, it's taking longer. Anyway, but I'm happy to know that you tried to delete my photos and you couldn't. That I wasn't very clear on how that worked, so I'm good to know. It's good for me to know that, yeah, you were not able to delete that one. All right. Cool. So Thomas never joined in either, so I'm not sure if he got that invitation. All right, guys. What was I going to say? Oh, if anyone needed help, classes officially over. If you need help signing up to any class, mine or any others, if you know there's CRNs, I can give you a hand right now in registering. Does anyone want a hand in registering online for classes for the fall? Math classes, design classes, basket weaving, whatever. Does anyone want some help?
I would like you to please check and see if I'm in your Illustrator class.
Okay.
I-
Go ahead and share your screen because that's how we'll check. I'm going to teach you guys how to check yourselves. Go to your browser. And now go to my.sbcc.edu.
have it right here.
Cool. Right now, oh, this page doesn't exist. That's weird. Go to the top to the dashboard. Cool. Now go to class registration and schedule. And you clicked too fast and you ended up clicking on something under that. So back out because this is not what I wanted. It's like you opened a second page. So go back to your dashboard. Yeah, so hover over class registration and schedule over here. Leave that class. Yeah, no, you clicked again. I'm sorry. Back out. Let me just show you how to use this. Back out. No, come over here. Not over there. Yeah, hover over the top. It's like you go into this extreme. So go to the dashboard here, and this time go a bit slower. Click on dashboard. And now don't do any. Let me clear all my stuff. Put your mouse out here for a second. Okay. Now watch. When you hover over this, don't click, just hover. Yeah. And now you can either class registration or class search or measure. You were clicking, so you were going straight to class search, right? So instead of clicking, hover and now choose class registration if you want to register, or you just want to check whether you're registered, go to my class schedule and bill. So you just want to check if you're scheduled. So if you are registered. So you go to your class schedule. Now you fall 2025, that's good. So submit. And looks like you're not in anything. So we need to back out and get you to register. So back out, go to the top. No, you're in, when you go into this full screen mode, I would leave it because then you're always in trouble here. Go back, leave this full screen mode. Go over here to this green thing and leave. Yeah, good. So now you're not going to constantly mistake the dock for your stuff. Okay, so now we're going to back out, go back to the dashboard. And this time we're going to register you. So now hover, don't click. Yeah, and click on class registration. Perfect. Now click on, hold on, I need to get rid of all that green. Now click on register, add, or drop classes. Okay, now say submit 2025, submit. And now it's going to ask you, say submit. Now submit again. If there's no changes in your address, say continue. You need to do this just one time every semester. You can submit survey or you can opt out, your choice. I prefer it if you do, but I know you're being recorded, so it's okay. Go ahead and say continue. Say yes and continue. Now continued registration. Good, they're not going to ask you this anymore. Now you get to register. So here under the CRNs, what did you say you wanted to register for?
Illustrator. That's not till October. I don't have it in front of me.
All right,
That's
I'll give it to you right now.
CRNs.
44067. All right, if that's it, then hit submit changes. And there you go. You're now registered. Cool. Intro to Illustrator.
Okay, thank you.
Done. You're welcome. Anything else you want to register for? You just keep putting the CRNs in here and you can register it at 10 at a time, whatever, and then submit changes and you're done. Now all the other stuff we did is done. Like you do it once only. Next time you come in here to registration, you'll go straight to this page. So then you're
It's a
ready.
life changer.
What's that?
It's a life changer because I usually submit a whole application and then they approve it in the office. They email me back.
Yeah.
Immediate.
Done. All right, Bob, you're still here. Do you want anything or you're just hanging? Do you need to register for something or you're just hanging? No? Okay, so then I'll see you all hopefully in classes in basically 2 weeks or later in the session. Okay? Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.